Some see a coach sending a runner home. We see a mentor guiding a student athlete into the future. Some see a volleyball match. We see a student athlete learning how to be poised under pressure. Some see a high school football stadium. We see the one place where the whole community comes together. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
Good evening and welcome to Linton Minor Basketballs. Tonight, the Miners at home, Linton-Stockton hosting the Thunderbirds of North Central. Varsity-wise, North Central coming in at 7-11, and Linton-Stockton coming in with a record of 17-4. Kevin Rader here courtside along with Heather Rader. And Heather, I'll turn it over to you.
We want to remind everyone that we are currently in the Jordan Vaught Insurance pregame show, so call Ross and his friendly staff for your home, auto, and life insurance needs. His friendly staff treats you like family, making sure you are covered, so call 812-384-3535 today. We should mention that we are currently streaming to not only the Indiana High School Athletic Association Champions Network, but also to YouTube as well. So if you are watching, please let us know by either commenting on our Facebook post or commenting on YouTube as well. We do want to give a couple of notes of a few things that are happening at the school. Just kind of start out here while everyone is getting ready. On Monday night, they are having a FAFSA completion from 6 to 8, and this is for those that need some help filling out their financial aid forms here at the school. So it's a great opportunity. The paperwork completion help is free, so be sure to take advantage of that as well. The FFA director, Kevin Cross, is here, and they just wrapped up FFA week for the Linton-Stockton FFA, which is always a very big week. I know some things were altered a little bit due to the weather being postponed and cancellations and delays as well. We should mention also that next Wednesday is the middle school or National Junior Honor Society. That is their induction ceremony, so be sure to make sure that if you want to be involved in this, you get all of your information in as well. And then one final thing I want to mention that's going on at Linton-Stockton is they are going to have 2025-2026 football cheer tryouts in the middle school gym on Wednesday, March the 12th, Thursday, March 13th, and Friday the 14th. They're going to do this a little earlier just because of spring break and all of the spring sports that are going to begin here soon, Kevin. So we want to remind everyone to take note of that. We're going to be sharing some more information. We also know that tonight during the game, they will have the mini minor camp attendees, and I'm going to throw this up here on the screen. So those that went through mini minor camp this past Saturday, the 15th, you're going to be able to see them perform tonight. So stay tuned because they are performing at the JV. So, Kevin?
You know, there's another big thing coming besides tonight's basketball games, and that's, of course, the pairings on Sunday, which I know we'll bring Big D in just a moment. But, Heather, that's a big deal.
So we have this up for you on the screen here, the 2A sectional 47 draw. This is happening this Sunday, February the 23rd at 6 p.m. They will draw this live on the Indiana High School Athletic Association Champions Network. We will have everything for you, but if you'd like, you can go to our website, RaiderMediaSports.com, click on the basketball tab, and it actually brings you up the bracket.
It'll automatically update.
I've got it integrated into our
cool.
website, so it's going to actually do it as it's drawn.
As soon as it's announced, it'll be up on our website.
Speaking of website, I've added a lot of stuff in the last couple of days. We've been pretty busy, obviously, during basketball season, and so we played a little bit of catch-up. But as always, you can go to any link for the team on the website and see the schedule, see the player and athlete photos. We put the score updates following the games up there, and then obviously if the Miners move to such and such, we try to integrate that too. But one thing we did this week is we kind of had a call out, and you'll find it on our Facebook page. If you've taken a photo from the stands, or if you've done one from the field or from the volleyball court and want to see your picture featured on our website, be sure to go in and post it on that call out, and then we will give you photo credit. Now, we can't put every picture up, but we're going to do our best to try to get as many pictures from each sport as we can up there, and then keep that going through the spring sports as well.
And Heather, the drawing coming up on Sunday, these are the same teams that we saw with the girls sectional, correct?
So it's Eastern Green, Linton-Stockton, North Knox, South Knox, Sullivan, and West Vigo. The location for the 47 sectional is Eastern Green High School, and as you know, that is between essentially Bloomfield and Little Cincinnati. And so we are very excited to be able to not only hopefully bring you the Linton games, but we will be applying, as we always do, for the entire sectional, and we will not know this until middle of next week. So we'll apply after the drawings. We sit back, we wait, and then we'll be able to post information once we know. Now, I've done a lot of foundation work behind the scenes, pretending as though we're already in, because the graphics, the scoreboards, everything that has to be integrated into the system, ready to go for the actual game links, is somewhat time consuming, and I'm going to put some wrap-up information on that tomorrow for myself, and then just sit back and wait, and once it's hopefully approved, then we can go ahead and start putting everything out to the public.
And Big D, let's turn our attention here to Big D, who joins us now with the sectionals coming up and the games tonight. There are kind of a lot of things stirring out there. We're at that kind of uncertain time at the end of the year.
Yeah, this is when you really want to be playing your best basketball. You can say that in any sport when you get down towards the last week or two of the regular season. A lot of teams play their best in December, and then for one reason or another, you get to the end of the year and things change, or you start struggling inside. Fingers might be pointing. The Miners have been playing very, very good basketball, beat a very good Marshall team on the road, and then played Clay City. You subtract about a 4 or 5, about that whole second quarter from that game, and the Miners played pretty even total.
Clay City
just about came back.
May be the best team the Miners have played all year. I would put Cascade up there as well, but Clay City just did not have a vulnerable weak point.
No, and the 9 or 10 deep. You're like
all seniors.
You said in the pregame that you about could start the back five on that on most teams. They really were impressive. The hard-nosed way they worked, the way they fought through some adversity when the Miners started to make the comeback. I only felt like there was one moment where it was really Linton controlling things, and that lasted for about a couple of minutes, and then Clay City got back on it when the big play had to happen because their big man got in foul trouble and got inside. It just impressed me a great deal. We wondered would they be as good as last year, and they are that and a little bit more.
They're better, I think.
You got to think that sectional is going to draw a lot of attention with them and a Bloomfield hopeful rematch.
Talking with some other people who were saying that, a year ago, Clay City had a little bit of vulnerability when under pressure with guard play. This year, they didn't have that.
No, and
this year they were solid.
They had 2, 3, 4 guys. I mean, that's a kind of a game with Linton. I think if we played each other 10 times, it might go. It might split. It might be 60-40. It could go the other way around.
They kind of took Paul Oliver out of the game, and that made a huge difference in that game.
I think so. I think also it got a little bit under the skin, a little bit of the Miners. That's one of the very few times this year I've seen them really a little bit rattled as to what to do. And Coach is going to take that, and you're kind of glad that happens to you this season.
And can we say you've got to adjust to different styles of refereeing?
Right.
And they were letting them play. Now, when you say letting them play, normally that's an advantage for the Miners. But in this case, Paul would steamroll to the hoop, get decked, slide, and nothing.
And then
and it continually kept happening.
Right. And I think it got as he was getting fouls, then called on him for essentially the same things. It got under his skin a little bit. It got under the other Miner skin as well. But it was a heck of a game by Lint, who came off the bench and made some great plays on the
game
inside.
of the year for him.
Yeah. So the positives are you got some other guys that stepped up, and I think it was a good game for us to have. Now, in saying that, tonight we got North Central 7-11. Certainly not a team you can discount. And then, next week's 2 games are against 2 16-17
Park
seasons.
Heritage and then Evansville Central, a 3A team, by the way.
Yeah, so it's
for senior night.
We're not finishing with a fluff schedule. We're finishing with top competition, and people are going to look at that 2 different ways. Are we going to spend ourselves in those last 2 games? The intensity level, or are we going to just get stronger and go into the tournament? I can't imagine.
Well, you'd rather be playing good, tough teams going into the tournament.
I agree with you 100% because you get lackadaisical with a 40-point win, and then you get in and face a tough team. And, like you say, the draw is Sunday. We've seen West Vigo. We've seen North Knox.
I was just going to say, I'm one of those people, and again, there could be 6 of one, half a dozen of another. You can have varying opinions on this, but I really would rather not have a bye in the first round.
Right.
I'd rather the Miners have to come out and play every round. Sitting there and waiting to play, I just don't think is ever a good thing.
Especially if you're playing good, keep the oil in the machine. If you're injured, if you got guys that are hurt, and that's much more usually maybe a football aspect, you might like to give the guys a couple days, an extra week of rest.
But how many times, like in watching the NFL, do you see a wild card team where everybody says, well, I can't believe that wild card team, because they're already playing for their lives. They're playing at a whole different level than you are.
Just to get into the postseason, they had to play their best football, and basketball too. They're always the dangerous ones, which is why when we look at the sectional, when we find out the draw, that's one of the things we'll look at. Sullivan is a team knocked us out last year, always a big rivalry. I don't care what the record is. That game could be a doozy no matter when it's played, especially under the bright lights of sectional.
We haven't even started the clock, 15-minute clock here yet, so both teams still on the court, just kind of loosening up, Heather.
They are, and what I'm noticing is a lot of moms and dads along with their grandmas and grandpas are here because the mini minor cadets will be performing during halftime. So we're seeing lots of new faces here in the gymnasium. This site is going to be pretty full. And so we welcome everyone who will be going back and watching this broadcast to see their daughter or granddaughter or niece be able to perform. And we will show that in its entirety. But right now we're going to take a minute to hear from one of our Minor Pride sponsors, Jathan Wright with Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance. This is Rader Media Sports.
Good at a lot of things, like cheering on the Miners to victory. Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance agent Jathan Wright is good at making sure your insurance needs are just right for you. That's why Jathan is here to help you work through any questions you might have about your auto, home, renters, business, and life insurance. Then you can get back to making sure the Miner fan section is louder than the other team. Talk to Jathan. Stop in or submit your information online and give him a call at 812-798-2615. Start with Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance and stop knocking on wood. At Crane Credit Union, you can expect a personalized experience from people committed to your financial well-being. When you visit one of our 18 branches across southern and central Indiana, you will be greeted by our team that is committed to supporting your financial needs, dreams, and possibilities through all the stages of your life. From youth and teen accounts where it pays to get A's, to auto and personal loans that are processed completely within your local branch. Your local staff can assist you with mortgage and home equity needs, and when the time is right, we can help you with your IRA retirement accounts. We will be with you every step of the way. Crane Credit Union, building relationships since 1955. Welcome back to the home of Minor Pride. Linton-Stockton, the Miners tonight hosting the Thunderbirds of North Central. One thing you do notice about the North Central roster, Big D, as I look it over, 7 of the 10 on the varsity are all seniors, 2 sophomores, 1 freshman. Then you go to the junior varsity, and there's only 7, but they're all freshmen, which I think is interesting.
Yeah, I think they had I was trying to look at last year's roster, which I had up here. They just had 2 seniors last year, so a heavy junior-based team last year, and most of those guys are back. In fact, the 2 seniors, I think only really one of them saw action. So a very experienced team coming back. A little surprised at the 7-11 record. I haven't really looked at the schedule yet, but I still think they're a dangerous team. Looks like they've.
Let me just say, the last time we had a senior-heavy club came in here, it was trouble.
It certainly was, and that senior ladenness is what I think helped pull that game out. Looking at North Central's schedule, though, they've lost the last 5 in a row. One of those was to Clay City, the team we lost to. They lost that one 77-41.
No embarrassment there.
Sullivan got them 57-36. They lost by 2 to Shakamak. They lost by 30 to Bloomfield, and by a good 15 to North Vermilion. So not only have they been getting defeated, they've been taking some big hits, and it makes you wonder what's happened because of what they started the season 4-1. So I don't know if the case if they've lost anybody to injury or one of their players, but on any given night. And Kevin, I just think the big thing for me tonight is Miners come out, execute, get back on the track, get that feel-good feeling back. That's what they need tonight as they head into the next two nights of warfare.
I'd have to believe that any team that has watched and scouted, and teams are doing that, the Miners are going to see a steady diet of zone.
You would think so, and that could be, that could be deadly for the opposition if it's one of those games the Miners start draining threes. We've been draining threes in spurts. It seems like we were 4 for 4 in the third quarter that helped us in that Clay City game get back to within 5. But just as quickly as those 3-pointers come, they disappear. And I can't say we didn't go to the hoop, because we did go to the hoop. We had guys going into the hoop quite a bit. They just weren't falling, or the fouls weren't getting called.
Well, we weren't really getting there until the fourth quarter, because in the first half they weren't getting there at all.
Yeah, I know I've said it all year. To me, the three-pointer is a great thing, but if you come to rely on the three-pointer, when you're not hitting them, you come down and shoot one shot, don't get the rebound, especially with Clay City with the big man they had inside. And they have a big man here at North Central. I don't know what the size is, but he had 12 rebounds against us last year, number 13, Ethan Willis. So, I think we've got to develop the inside game, and I think you heard Coach Britton talk about cutting to the middle. It seems to me when you get the ball to the middle and he can either turn and go to the hoop or dish it out, those three-pointers are the deadly ones. When you got Jake Rose. But
when you put the ball in there, it's got to either come out or move quickly.
Exactly.
You either have to shoot or move it.
I think he said those same words, Coach Kevin. I think he said that if you get it, you can't hold it against the zone. You can't just hold it like that. And I think we've seen it. The ball's there. You're like, turn and shoot. Make the move and shoot. And it's just that little pause and hesitation, they collapse on you.
One other thing I found, I think, in watching that was interesting to me anyway, that's that the Miners did try to battle back a little bit in transition by getting down the floor fast enough before the zone could get set up. That gave them a little bit of a bump for a while, but they couldn't do it in a steady diet. They just weren't allowed to do it.
And part of that's Clay City. They probably knew that and got back. And I think Greg pointed that out excellently, that's one of the ways we were going to try to beat them. They just got to give it. Sometimes you just got to take the hat off, reach out your hand, and shake the hand of the guy because he just played a better game than you did.
Yeah, and they are going to be a team to be reckoned with, and we certainly wish them well in 1A.
To me, they felt like the dictionary small-town Indiana basketball team. The community, boy, they had a turnout, and we had a huge turnout too. Don't get me wrong, but Clay City, that place, they were rollicking and feeling it from the JV game onward. And, we had the same.
They have been good for a long time.
Yeah,
those seniors who were good when they were freshmen. They were good when they were sophomores. Everybody kind of had their eye on them.
Yeah.
And it seems like this year they're finally living up to everybody's expectations, at least so far.
And with that many seniors, this is the year you had circled. Although they've built the program, that JV team looks solid. Hats off to our JV team because they pulled that game out and won. And Josh Mauder, I'm going to get the wrong name. Ian Mauder, yeah. We're getting Josh at it. He kind of stepped up his game as well in the JV game because, we're playing without a couple of guys. They go varsity at halftime. So I thought that was a positive thing as well.
Well, some great basketball still to come here. People still filing in. Heather, do we have any special events cooking? Sometimes we have special events going at these games.
Well, tonight, as mentioned earlier in the pregame, we have the mini minor cadets that are going to be performing. They had a camp on February the 15th this past Saturday, so they're going to be out, and that's why a lot of people in the gym are probably seeing their first minor game of the year, because their daughter or granddaughter or niece or friend is going to be performing. So that'll be exciting to be able to see a little bit later tonight. We should mention that our next home game, which is a week from today, which is February the 28th, that will feature the seniors. So we will feature the senior basketball members, the senior cheerleaders. We will have the senior basketball, senior cheer, senior cadets, senior band, the rifle. We will have all of those, and there will be a special ceremony for them. Now, we're told that the tip-off next week is 6:30, so we're going to try to get some clarification on when the actual recognition of all the groups are going to be, because we know that some of you will come just for that and then we'll leave. So we want to make sure that we have all of that information ready and available for you. But I'm kind of in the mind where we take this one game at a time so we don't get people confused. And we're very excited to be able to welcome tonight, for the third game in a row, Shaylee Killian. So, Shaylee, how are you?
Oh, good. How are you?
We are well.
Get that a little bit closer to your mouth.
Is this? Here we go.
That's
There we
better.
go.
Thank you.
You know, I should say it's just wonderful to open up a message from you and say, hey, I'd like to come and work again. Okay. So you're going to be hearing her tonight read some live reads. You're going to hear her hopefully sprinkle in maybe a little bit of
You just weigh in anytime the spirit moves you.
Okay.
That's what a microphone's for, and that's why you got one.
So we are very excited to welcome her back to the broadcast. We are going to take a quick time out here to hear from another Minor Pride sponsor, Corey Motter, with Century 21 Sheets. This is Rader Media Sports.
Hello there, I'm Corey Motter with Century 21 Sheets. Are you a first-time home buyer and you just don't know where to start? Perhaps you're looking to downsize and you need to list a property and get top dollar. In any of those situations, you need a professional agent on your side. I have successfully opened doors for clients for over the last 4 years, and it is a complete pleasure of mine to be able to help them end one chapter and begin a new one. Navigating the real estate market can be complex, but with the right guidance, it doesn't have to be. Let me help you understand the housing market, and let's negotiate the best deal. So together, let's open a new door and close it with Corey.
So good evening and welcome back once again. We're still about 6 minutes and just under 6 and 30 seconds to go before this junior varsity game. And then for those of you who are tuning in for the very first time for some reason, maybe you're a North Central fan, we do bring the junior varsity game. We cover that first, and then we'll take a pregame show and go into the Jordan and Vaughn Insurance pregame show and kick it into full gear for the varsity game to follow.
I think it would be a good couple of minutes here that we have kind of free to go over a number of our sponsors, as we always do every game, that you're going to see in rotation during tonight's ball game. Starting lineups are brought to you by Klusner Construction. Whether it is a remodel, a new construction, a home addition, or more, you know it'll be done right the first time, every time you choose Tony and his crew of Klusner Construction. So call Tony or Bart Wade of Linton today. 3-point shot sponsor is Walton Funeral Service. Funeral pre-planning with dedication to professional and compassionate service, leaving kind memories since 1915. From one generation to the next, from one family to another, Todd and Cindy Walton are proud of their funeral home's heritage. Their families have been there for this community for over a century and look forward to serving you for many more years to come. They are your lamp of hope when you need them most. Also, Key Associates of Linton serves as our quarter sponsor. Serving Greene and surrounding counties for over 30 years, Key Associates of Linton has helped generations of clients buy and sell homes. So whether you're looking to buy your dream home or next investment, or sell your home to enter into the next chapter of your life, Allie Walton, Mary Beth Geralds, and Audrey Sparks are there for you every step of the way. They are your key to the very best. Stenger Homes is our scoreboard sponsor, and she says, do you know that over 30% of homes sold were in the winter months? So don't wait. Give Michelle Stenger at Stenger Homes a call at 812-219-2307. And as always, our post-game sponsor is E2 Custom Creations. So stay tuned at the end of the broadcast, at the end of the varsity game, because we'll have wrap-up information. Thank yous to our sponsors, and we'll welcome Coach Matt Britton to the press table. E2 Custom Creations is now taking pre-orders for 2025 graduations. They can help you create the perfect personalized gift for your special person by laser engraving on just about anything. So if you have an idea or you need help to create one, give them a call at 812-798-0174 or visit them on Facebook at e2customcreations.com. We're going to take a really quick moment to preview Jordan Vaughn Insurance as our pregame sponsor. This is Rader Media Sports.
At Jordan & Vaughn Insurance Agency, you don't pay extra for the over 80 years of combined experience that will be available to you when dealing with questions about your auto, home, farm, life, or Medicare supplements. They're always there to help from 8:30 to 5 p.m. on weekdays at 123 South Franklin Street, the very same Bloomfield location since 1972. You may not realize the value of experience until you need it the most. Call Jordan & Vaughn Insurance, your friends with experience, at 812-384-3535.
Welcome back to Rader Media Sports, and we want to mention one more time that we are joined tonight by Big D Dan Phillips on color and stats, as well as Shaylee Killian, who's one of our minor broadcasting club students, who's our junior correspondent, Kevin Rader and myself here. So we are very excited to welcome you to the broadcast. As a reminder, we are synchronizing and syndicating to YouTube, so if you are watching us on YouTube, feel free to leave a comment. And then we also want to remind everyone, too, you can find us on Facebook and Instagram as well. Kevin?
So both teams now, the junior varsity kids are out loosening up, getting ready to go for the minors. I'm looking here at still who's out on the floor, but I guess we'll wait and see for sure who's starting. But I think we have a pretty good idea of who will be starting for the JV. But we'll try to keep you posted on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They only have 7 on the junior varsity for North Central. So obviously weeding that down to the 5 should not be a problem. The minors, however, there's always a couple of question marks. There's always a couple of new people, and I won't say new, but people who also deserve to start, who step in that starting lineup. So we'll wait until everybody gets out on the floor so we get a better idea. Owen Smith just puts down a long jumper. He and Kingston Crane out on the floor, loosening up. They're the last two to do so for the minors.
Kevin, we have a comment from Margaret Ann Simon. I'm going to quote, "Ready to watch me some Linton minor basketball clip the wings on those T-Birds," and she's watching on YouTube. Margaret Ann, I have to say, we can always count on you for checking in. We want to say thank you for our Get Well card from.
Yeah, that was nice.
We received one in the mail from her and Oscar Pete, and Oscar Pete is her pup, which she thinks of her pups like we think of our pups. They're our kids. But thank you for thinking of us, and I think we're both on the mend, thankfully, after about 2 weeks. So we are getting ready here for some minor basketball. We're going to go ahead and put the scoreboard up, which is sponsored by Stenger Homes.
Well, it looks like who we I've come accustomed to Jake Rose, Reuben Goodman, Josh Lauer, Gage Sullivan, and Drake Netherling.
Oh, here we go. We got a 31 that's not on the JV roster.
That had to happen, didn't it?
25 we have. Number 11 we have. Is that a 10? I don't have a 10. But I do on the varsity, a couple of seniors. Now, I don't know.
Can't be them.
We'll figure them out.
Oh, my gosh. It's always,
If you're a North Central member watching tonight's broadcast, feel free to comment on our post and let us know who.
I don't have a number. I do on the varsity, which is Trayshawn Cockrell, but I don't believe that's him.
No, he's a returner.
So now they get it into 25 Campbell. His shot is up, no good. So we have Eli Harris, Brody Ladson, and Journey Campbell. The other two we don't have names for. That is number 10. And let's see, they start in the zone. And who's the other one I don't have?
31, I believe.
31 I don't have.
He's a singer on the varsity, too.
Now, Landon Evinger is a 32.
Three-point attempt there by number 44, Josh Lauer, was unsuccessful.
All right, we're coming down the other end. There's a three-pointer on this side. No good. Rebound pulled down by Jake Rose. Miners off and running. Just underway, junior varsity game. Reuben Goodman on the left side of this. It looks like a 1-3. I can't tell right now if it's a 1-3-1 or a 2-2-1. Josh Lauer open. Left side, good. Three-pointer.
Josh needed that one. Right away.
First Walton Funeral Service three-pointer of the night. Nice drive up off the glass. A high bank shot by Ladson. No good. But, Brody, that was a good drive.
It was a good move.
Miners working on the right side. Jake Rose getting it out to Gage Sullivan. Netherland, and Sullivan, yes. Gage Sullivan, I'm sorry.
3-point, Walton Funeral Service 3-point shot.
Just like that, 6-0. Miners on top, just underway. Getting it inside a little bit to Campbell. Out on top to number 11, Eli Harris. Eli kicks it out. Jumper on the way by Ladson. Off the rim. No good. Tip and rebound by Reuben Goodman. Reuben, shake and bake. Right side. Goes to Lauer. Out on the wing, Sullivan. Netherland working the ball well. Jake Rose, left side jumper. No good. Off the back iron. Boy, that all looked so good, Big D, until the shot just would not go down. A scrum on the floor. They were able to get the ball out of there. Goodman with the ball on the right side. Miners get it back.
Sullivan able to grab that off the floor. First turnover of the night. Oh, nice pass.
Jake Rose. 2 for Jake, but as Big D points out, the assist really set that up. 4:15 to play now in the first quarter of play in the junior varsity game. Eli Harris in the lane. Tries to kick it off to the trailer, Campbell. He's got it, but he can't do anything with it. Kicks it back out. Working to the left side, Eli Harris. Miners open up in a man-for-man. Harris jumper, free throw line, good. Eli gets the first 2 for his ball club. 8-2. Miners on top, working to the left side. Gage Sullivan. Ooh, that look.
Thought he's going to get away with it.
It's just one of those that, remember that old dance, the bunny hop?
Yeah.
That's just kind of what that, just like a little hop.
And if he hadn't paused, he might have got away with it. But I think he was like, uh-oh.
Got caught with his hand in the cookie jar. Ladson with the ball, left side, jumper, top of the key. Oh, he banked it. I don't know if he called it, but he'll take it. A Walton Funeral Service three-pointer for him.
He's not waving it off, so.
Brody with his first 3.
See who's man on the scoreboard tonight, our man Jeff Hall.
Well, I was going to mention that at timeout. I didn't want to take.
Nice block from behind.
Goodman
will go to the line.
Excited about it.
Goodman gets fouled on the inside.
He'll get a pair.
I guess what I'd like to know is when did North Central go to black uniforms, or is the black uniforms the road and green is at home? Shaylee, do you know?
I don't know actually.
Just like West Vigo, they do the same thing. It's like a black and green, and you don't know if you get right up on that if that's not a deep Kelly.
Oh, that's black.
That's black. Now, I noticed that a lot of the North Central
Hits both free throws, by the way.
North Central teammates are wearing really bright green, very cool-looking shoes.
Kind of aqua. Looks like swim shoes.
They're very cool.
Shot on the right side. Three-pointer is up and good by number 10, and we don't know who number 10 is. He could very well be Carter Smith, who's number 13 there. I don't know. I don't know.
Well, they have a 13 on the bench right now. So
okay.
That's one of the things
That's not going to work.
Well, there's a 42 on the bench. It's not.
And
on.
a 25 or 3. I can't make that last number out. Reuben Goodman on the right side. It's 10-8 now. Boy, Miners seem to have, 8-0?
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden now, boy, Sullivan just steamrolling in, but is called for the travel. Lost control of the ball, called for the travel.
What numbers are we needing? We're going to go to Facebook to see if we can get some answers.
31, I don't have a name for, and 10, I don't have a name for.
And they're both on the varsity roster, but those guys are seniors. So
I
can't see that.
So I wouldn't think they'd be playing JV. Ladson in the lane, starts to lose control, gets it back, kicks it out to Campbell, back to Ladson, sets up, kicks it off to Harris. Eli kicks it off to number 10, left-handed dribble, now gives it up, kicks it out to Campbell, back to number 10. Jumper right side, it's off, short. Gage Sullivan with a rebound. Head up, cross the timeline. Looking to the right side, swings it out to Owen Smith. Owen can't do anything with it. Kicks it out to Gage Sullivan. He can.
Oh, my goodness.
Beautiful shot.
A Walton Funeral Service three-pointer, his second of the night. If he can shoot like that tonight consistently, it's lights out.
Now they leave him that open. He's got time to set and think about what he's going to have at post-game supper.
13-8. Miners only ahead by 5, though. Ladson with the basketball. You can tell he knows what to do with it. Eli Harris with it now. He's got the ball, takes it to the cup, off the glass, good. I'm telling you, you can tell that this kid is a good ball player.
Yeah,
Brody's a good ball player.
Right around Jake Rose at that time.
13-10. Miners, nice feed inside.
Oh.
Nice shot by Sullivan over the back on the right side. A little two-pointer.
Netherland with a great pass.
Little Wilt Chamberlain flip there, wasn't it? Now, I'm probably many people are going to remember that. But
who's Wilt is still?
Yeah, look it up. Shot right side, Ladson. Trey. Brody has his second Walton Funeral Service three-pointer. I have him 3-6, 8 points now.
Yeah. They do have a 32 Landon Evinger on the roster there's no 32 out there, so maybe he's one of the mystery guys.
Jake Rose. Gage Sullivan spins to his left, kicks it back. Kingston Crane.
Holy moly.
A Walton Funeral Service three-pointer. You
4.
knew when he let that go, it was in. And so I thought that one would be too. A great shot by number 10, but it did not fall.
3 of 4, or the Miners 4 or 5 shooting from the three-point. Like I say,
Jake Rose at the buzzer, short. At the end of one, Miners lead it 18-13 in the Stanger Home scoreboard. This is Raider Media Sports.
Rick Krine's Auto Detailing is the place to take your car, truck, or off-road vehicle for complete auto detailing and cleaning, and a ceramic coat that'll make it shine. Call Rick at 812-201-9551.
I'll make it shine like it's mine.
Great performance by the Linton Minor cheer team. We want to remind everyone that the first quarter was sponsored by Key Associates of Linton, and we are getting ready for the second quarter, sponsored by Key Associates as well. Contact Allie Walton, Mary Beth Geralds, and Audrey Sparks of Linton today.
Sorry, folks, once in a while I just still got a little nagging cold I'm trying to deal with. And
about the time I think I'm over it, I have a bout of the coughs again.
I know. I don't have that, but tonight I've got a runny nose that will not stop.
My mother was really, really sick yesterday, really coughing quite a bit.
I hate that.
And she's better today, or it would have been hospital time, I think.
Motter to Goodman. Off
There
the
you
glass.
go.
It should fall. And count, it does. 2 for Reuben Goodman. He has 4 now, and he'll be shooting for his 5th.
Well, he drives the JV game. It seems like that's his purpose. Either to kind of bring the ball down, but it seems like when he gets it, his eyes are looking in the paint to drive, and he's a force. He's a force to deal with. That foul was on 25.
A lot of times they have him, and the free throw is good, bringing the ball up. If you have a point guard that can drive like that and take the contact, that is huge. Because you can dish the ball off. It just sets the whole offense. Sullivan went for the steal, wasn't able to come up with it. Harris, right-hand side. Campbell dribbling, passing it off to Harris again. He goes baseline, gets trapped, wants to kick it back out to the top, and he does. Pass over on the baseline. They're going to call a foul over there. Not sure who that was on, but it will stay with the Thunderbirds.
It's going to be on Goodman, evidently holding the wrist out there. I should think about Oliver, Goodman.
There's a ball kicked out by Ian Motter.
And Daly. That's 3 guys. All 3 of those guys can drive the lane really hard. Jackson Miller can too. He's just not got the size.
Campbell with the right hand tucks it under and takes it to the cup.
Gosh.
No good. Rebound pulled out of there by North Central. A runner on the left-hand side is good by number 10, whoever that is. He's got his first 2 of the ball game. Ian Motter on top. Ian, last time out, had a great ball game.
Yeah, I think that's why we're seeing him in
Nice
action.
spin in the move there by Sullivan. Loses the ball. We're off and running the other way. Campbell has it. Takes it all the way to the cup. Unimpeded coast to coast for Journey Campbell. And it's 21-17. Miners still leading, but only by 4. Netherland to Reuben Goodman. Reuben left side Crane. Out on top, 6'5", Ian Motter. And he starts to lose the ball. Great defensive play there by who's the last one to get up? Eli Harris. And it'll result in a jump ball and a turnover to the Thunderbirds.
4 turnovers for the Miners now, JV.
Eli Harris bringing the ball up across the timeline. Netherland meets him there.
Uh-oh.
There's an off pass picked off by the Miners. Kingston Crane has it. Passes off. Gage Sullivan will take it, and he hits his 3rd Walton Funeral Service 3-pointer. He has 11. He is on a roll, 24-17.
His shots are like knives.
I'll tell you, if it weren't for him, this would be a ball game, or the Miners would be behind.
Yeah.
But right now, Motter pulls down that rebound. Coming the other way, Reuben Goodman. Oops, Gage Sullivan's open. Oh, he missed one. His first of the night. .430 to play here in the first half. Campbell left side. Harris, a runner, no good. But Campbell runs it down. Gets it out to Harris. Around the screen on the right side. Setting up on the wing. Kicking it back out on top. Harris. Shake and bake. Can't make anything happen. There's a tray on the way. Partially blocked. And hit the top of the bankboard. They're going to say it's Miner basketball. Owen Smith coming in. Josh Lauer coming in. Gage Sullivan and Kingston Crane will get a rest.
Smith about face plants coming onto the court. That would have been a little bit embarrassing.
Drake Netherland bringing it up. Good night of basketball ahead. North Central Thunderbirds and the Linton Miner varsity to come up after this one.
Nice pass.
Great feed by Lauer. I heard you. Go ahead. Just a little bit louder, though, okay? A little bit louder. Otherwise, Kevin has a tendency to talk over you, and that's not good.
Do you miss basketball?
Yeah. I do.
Next year you'll be the big senior on the team, though. One of the seniors. So pretty exciting.
Oh yeah.
Getting ready to inbound the ball. Over on the left wing right now, Sawyer Cox, who I believe is checked in the ball game. 25. That's Journey Campbell. I apologize. There's a whistle away from the ball. I didn't catch that.
3 seconds.
Okay, we've got 2 substitutes coming in. Goodman is going out. Now I see Kingston Crane has come back in and Sullivan has come back in. Who else went out?
They got 6 guys on the court.
Yeah, that's a problem. And there's a technical foul. I see the assistant coach go, oh, my gosh. That's one way to win the ball game. I noticed nobody came out.
Yeah, Goodman, that was it.
Drake Netherland is now coming out. But they'll shoot a technical here, I believe.
Trying to get the power play. Speaking of which.
Well, that makes your zone almost unstoppable.
Yeah. I think you could just overload one side.
Ouch. Anyway, they're still sorting this out.
I found myself.
Here we go. Here's the free throws coming up, and of course it has to be number 10.
Yeah.
I'm not getting any response from my plea on Facebook.
All right. Free throw is up and off the back iron. No good. He will get another one.
That's their first attempt. I was engrossed in the USA-Canada hockey game last night. Ooh.
Second free throw is no good. Oh, my gosh, he missed them both, and he's a good shooter, you can tell. But they just did not fall for him. So the basketball gods giving the Miners a break on that one, but North Central will still get the ball. And there are now 5 people on the floor for the Miners. I don't think I've ever seen that before.
Yeah.
Working on the right side, Sawyer Cox. Journey Campbell. Left side, Harris. Goes back to the left hand. Now he goes back to the right.
Nice dish.
Feeds it out. Sawyer Cox. Shot no good. Gage Sullivan has the ball knocked away. Runs it back down. Pivots. Looking for help. And the Miners called a timeout. Little roughshod period right now. 2:43 to play in the first half. 24-17. Miners leading it by 7 on the Stanger home scoreboard. This is Raider Media Sports.
City Linton employees are dedicated to providing the best and most reliable utility service, security, and safety for its families and students. As the new mayor, I agree with the sign, "You'll like Linton." But you'll really love our Miners.
Welcome back to Raider Media Sports. Once again, if anyone is listening and know number 10 and number 31 on the JV North Central team, it would be great if we could have their names, please. So please comment on our post on Facebook.
And yes, we do have a roster, but they're not on it.
Owen Smith with the basketball, working on the right side. Pass on top to Gage Sullivan. Motter directing traffic a little bit. Josh Lauer. Left side, Sullivan. Miners running some offense here. Get it to Kingston Crane out on top.
Kingston had a big game against Clay City.
He can pull the trigger. There's a pass on the right side to Lauer. Nice feed into Owen Smith. He misses it. Sullivan finds it and makes it count.
Right place at the right time.
13 already for Gage Sullivan in this first half. 2 minutes to play here in the first half for you Pacer fans, longtime Pacer fans. There's a runner on the right-hand side, up no good. Rebound, ferreted out there, and a little runner will drop for number 10. He now has 7 in this first half. Maybe we can run down at halftime over there and see if we can get that figured out at the scorers table. Who that is. Owen Smith with it on the right-hand side. Kingston Crane had the right idea, but the pass, he and Gage Sullivan were not on the same page. Ball goes directly out of bounds.
We could probably text.
I'm sending a message to Aaron Lynn right now.
I was going to say that's a good idea because that would make, I'll say not Jeff because he's got his hands full right now.
Baseline. Kingston Crane cuts that off. Eli Harris with the ball now on the right side. Drake Netherland tries to flow with him. The little runner, no good. Rebound is pulled down by Campbell. He's right in the middle of all the festivities. Getting it back out on top to Harris. Right hand to the baseline and kicks it back out to Campbell.
Oh,
Campbell runs right through. Is that Drake Netherland on the floor? Yeah. And it looked offensive to me, but I'm not sure what they call.
They did call it offensively on Campbell.
Okay.
Took a shot to the noggin, did Netherland. Oh, wait a minute.
No, I don't think so. I think, well, now they did. He signaled offensive, but okay, now we're straight. We're getting there.
I think when Campbell had picked the ball up and kind of had it in his arm like he's carrying it in a football game, that probably helped make that decision. Good.
You know what, though? That's the way you do it when you go into traffic.
Yeah.
Oliver and Miners
do
that a lot. Yeah, Kingston Crane. Nice fake. Good pass out.
So do we have a Journey Campbell on the roster?
He's 25.
25.
Okay.
What we need is 31 and 10.
Landon Evinger is 32, and I haven't seen a 32 on the bench or in the games, and maybe he's one of the kids.
Netherland having some trouble spinning on the right side. Great defense out there by Harris.
We're just not.
But a foul called here.
Someone said they think it's Journey Campbell is number 10, but you have number 25?
I have 25 as Journey Campbell, at least according to the roster.
Okay, so from one of the okay, so I have confirmation here. Number 10 is Journey Campbell.
Man.
Number 10 is Journey Campbell?
Yes, number 25 is Sawyer Cox.
Oh, my gosh.
And number 31, she believes, is Devin Freeman.
I'm sorry, now who's number 10 again?
Campbell.
Journey Campbell?
Yes. And
who's 31?
She believes is Devin Freeman.
Who is not on that roster at all.
He's on the varsity as number 4 as a sophomore, so that makes sense.
Devin Harris?
Devin Freeman.
Freeman.
A turnover on North Central, but that's going to really mess up the scoring.
And we apologize to North Central, but we're going by what roster was provided to us.
So Journey Campbell, who was 25, is what?
10.
Okay. What a mess. Okay, that's the we're at halftime, and we just finally get the roster straight. Anyway, it's 26-19. Thank you, Heather. We appreciate that. And the viewers, we appreciate that.
We hope this is correct.
Yeah, we do. 26-19 is our score at the intermission.
Number 25 is Sawyer Cox. You got that correct?
So that means who is 23 then?
That's number 10, Journey. No. Who's 23?
23 is Sawyer Cox on the roster.
I have Sawyer Cox as 25.
Now.
Yeah. Journey Campbell, number 10.
So the only remaining real question is 23 is listed as Sawyer Cox. So if he's 25, that means 23 is somebody else.
This is Rader Media Sports.
It starts well before the lights are turned on. The grill at the Grill is fired up well before the front door is unlocked and the first customer ventures in.
I've been coming to the Grill for 30 years. It's the best restaurant in Greene County.
It's a Linton tradition that's lasted over 100 years and the same family for over the last 40. Open 7 days a week with carry out, and speaking of traditions, they have steak night every Friday and Saturday night. If you didn't stop by today, there's always tomorrow at the Grill in downtown Linton.
Welcome back to Rader Media Sports, and we are going to cover this in its entirety. This is the mini minor cadets camp attendees that participated last Saturday, February the 15th, and a number of the Linton Minor team members are on the floor.
First up is the pre-K through second graders performing a routine to I Won't Say I'm in Love from the Disney animated movie Hercules. This routine is choreographed by Beryl Rutledge, Mason Fatherhide, and Quinn Mason. The next group performing after that will be the third through fifth graders performing a palm routine to Life is Sweeter from the Disney movie series Descendants. This routine is choreographed by Chelsea Bowman and Haley King. And now, Linton-Stockton proudly presents the mini.
My gosh, they are adorable. Look at this.
Look them out there shaking their
I know. They can't wait to
down.
get going. Let's get going. I could watch a little more of that.
You're going to have the opportunity. The next age group is coming up next.
Now, what age group was that, Heather?
Well,
do we know?
I'm not exactly sure. I think it was, is it pre-K? Was it pre-K?
It definitely looked pre-K, yeah.
For those that are writing our inbox asking how they can watch our broadcast, as always, it's on the Indiana High School Athletic Association Champions Network at ihsaatv.org/Rader Media Sports. And Big D's going to walk.
He's going to be our investigator. It looks like that completes it.
We are going to take a quick time out to hear from one of our Minor Pride sponsors. We'll be back in just a moment. This is Rader Media Sports.
Is your family protected? Contact me, Alicia Cornelius, your Indiana Farm Bureau insurance agent, to discuss your home, auto, farm, life, or business needs. It's not just about protecting my family. Let me help protect yours too. Proudly serving Indiana, call to speak with me, Alicia Cornelius, one agent for all your insurance needs.
Welcome back to Rader Media Sports. We'll notice that probably, unfortunately, most of the crowd will be exiting Kevin, this is going to give us an opportunity quickly to talk about what is next on our live stream, and we will be bringing Park Heritage versus Linton back to all of you this coming Tuesday, February the 25th, JV and varsity action, and then we will be here for the final game of the season Friday, 1 week from today, February 28th, for senior night. Evansville Central 3A is coming to Linton, and we will be sharing all the information that we can about the basketball senior recognition, cheer recognition, cadets, and band. So please stay tuned to our Facebook page this week so we can share some information with all of you. And Kevin, you and I had the opportunity before tonight's setup to film a special feature that we will be sharing this Sunday. So how do you think it went?
I thought it went well. I don't know. I hope they liked it. I'll let you talk about it more than me, but.
Well, we are going to turn it over here to Shaylee Killian, who's going to read some sponsor ads for us.
Linton Sporting Goods has been serving Linton and surrounding areas with quality sporting goods and screen printing for over 25 years. They also specialize in embroidery and team sales. Located on Highway 54 west in Linton, stop by and visit this family and locally owned shop today. If you need an Evolution golf cart, Gaither Power Sports is the place for you. Prices starting at $6,995. They come with an 8-year battery warranty and 0% financing for 36 months is available. Gaither Power Sports is also your Aventon e-bike dealer. Gaither Power Sports and Trailer Sales is located on State Road 54 just west of Linton, in business since 2003. The grill is a Linton tradition that has lasted over 100 years and in the same family for the last 40. Open 7 days a week with steak night every Friday and Saturday night. You may dine in or carry out at this eatery located in the heart of downtown Linton. Fish Monuments is located at 289 A Street Northeast in Linton. They will meet with you to design your special cemetery monument. Whether you are pre-planning or have recently experienced the death of a loved one, contact Fish Monuments in Linton or reach them by phone at 930-236-3002. Best of luck to the Linton Miners this season. Bender Lumber proudly supports our area's student athletes. From building supplies to expert help with your projects, Bender Lumber has you covered. Everyone at Bender Lumber in Linton is rooting for the Miners. At Indiana Farm Bureau, we're not just good at insurance, we're good at your insurance. Talk to your local agent, Jathan Wright. He's here for you whether you want to talk in person, get started online, or you can call him at 812-798-2615. Start with Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance and start knocking on wood.
Thank you, Shaylee.
Take a breath.
We're going to hear from another Miner Pride sponsor here quickly. This is Rader Media Sports.
Whether you're looking to purchase or sell a home, the opportunity is better than ever. Take advantage of the falling interest rates. Real estate provides the highest returns, the greatest values, and the least risk. The best investment opportunity will not fit into a safe deposit box, but you can live in it. Go with the tradition of trust. When you are ready to buy or sell, call me, Michelle Stanger at Stanger Homes at 812-219-2307 and start packing.
Welcome back. We're just seconds away now as we get ready to go here in this second half. 26-19. The Miners holding on to about a 7-point advantage here. Drake Netherland, Kingston Crane, Gage Sullivan, Reuben Goodman, and Josh Lauer. Still in the ball game for the Miners here as we start the second half.
Want to say hello to Kay Sullivan, who's watching from home.
Inbounding the ball, Netherland, right-hand side, hands off to Kingston Crane. Crane tries to go to the cutter, Goodman. He's cut off. There's an attempt to save it, and we're coming the other way. Driving, kicking it out. There's a tray on the way, no good. Ball goes, Karam's out of bounds. It'll belong to the Linton Miners. Netherland will inbound. Let's see, Big D, I think that's you there.
Yes, sir. I got the lowdown.
Well, good. Inside, Sullivan with the fake off the glass. Nice shot. Gage Sullivan, 2, 4, 6, 9, 12, 15 for Gage.
He's having a heck of a night. They got new uniforms, not really, but a couple weeks ago.
Oh, is that right? There's an attempt to save. Goodman coming the other way. Well, we'll get our... Okay, now, give us the lowdown. What number is Eli Harris? Is he number 11?
11 is Harris. Campbell is 10. 23 is Evinger, which is 32 on the roster.
He's 23.
Yeah. 25 is Cox.
Okay.
31 is Freeman. Devin Freeman from the varsity roster.
31 is Freeman from the varsity roster. Okay.
11 is Smith, and 14 is Ladson, and almost on cue, he nails it, but it doesn't.
Well, it was a good shot, just a little long. 5:30 to play, third quarter. 28-19 Miners right now with a 9-point advantage.
Yeah, he told me a very interesting story of how that jersey situation came. Is that evidently one jersey didn't fit one of the players right, and a parent or a grandparent funded them buying a new jersey so that the uniform would fit the kid better.
So did that throw everything else off or what?
Well, he said that some of the jersey numbers didn't match. And I said, yes, we can.
We noticed that.
We can tell that. This was the head coach I was talking to.
Okay, we're coming the other way, number 10. So that's Journey Campbell here with the ball?
Yes.
All right. So now I got to learn them all over again.
I know. But I'm glad we could get it straightened out, get him right.
Yeah, there's a shot, long tray on the way, and that had snow on it when it came down. Let's see now, who was that?
That was Campbell.
All right. Journey Campbell with that shot.
Walton Funeral Service 3-point shot.
Thank you, Heather. And right there, Josh Lauer getting his first bucket. He has 5 in the game. The other one was a long three-pointer.
That's 13's coming in for the
Carter
first time.
Smith, I think. That's what 13 anyway says. Yeah. And going out is 23, Landon Evinger. Poor Landon, he's been playing his heart out, and I didn't even say his name the whole first half.
I said it twice as a possibility.
Ladson with the ball, kicks it out.
Educated guess.
Campbell with a shot. No good, gets his own rebound, kicks it out to Eli Harris, and Eli cans it. Was that a 3 or 2?
Just 2. Looks like
4 in the game for Eli. 30-24, Miners by 6. Josh Lauer sizes it up, short. Coming the other way, we're off and running. Journey Campbell off the glass, transition hoop. Well,
Campbell's a player. Got 12 points for him.
Netherland. Off to Lauer. Owen Smith. Nice floater in the lane, but it will not fall. Kingston Crane. The ball goes right to him. He's dribbling around here, but not getting much done. Over on the left side, Owen Smith with it. Out on top, Netherland. Drake, bounce pass. Crane. Kingston. Boy, he can make those. That just rimmed around, though. Would not fall for him. Campbell has the ball here, and we got a whistle. I think we have a timeout. Yeah, we got a timeout. 3:02 to play in the third quarter. 30-26 in the Stanger home scoreboard. Miners with a 4-point advantage over North Central on the Stanger home scoreboard. This is Rader Media Sports.
The goal isn't graduation day. It's a better everyday after. It's the first day in your new career. Your first pay raise. The 5th day of that week-long vacation. It's the first paid holiday home with your family. Or the day of your last car loan payment. Much sooner than you thought. At Ivy Tech Community College, we don't just care about your degree. We care about your life. Let's get started at ivytech.edu.
The snow and cold are plentiful this year, so watch out for the ice. Make sure your vehicle is protected now. Call Audrey Sparks at Richard Brown Insurance to melt your worries away.
Thank you.
Shaylee Killian helping us out here today. And Shaylee, what have you noticed about this basketball game so far?
They played pretty well today.
Yeah, they've shot well, haven't they?
They have. Gage Sullivan has had a really good game today.
See if he can keep it up, because I don't think North Central is going to let up here. Ladson with the ball on top of the key, pivots around, hands it over on the right side to Devin Freeman. Back to Ladson.
Kind of a Goodman versus Campbell contest.
Shot up, no good. It was blocked by Goodman, but I think they're going to call Rubin. No? Well, let's see. I don't know who they called the foul there. We'll have to wait for the board to update us. Ladson will be going to the line. Looks like they're going to call it on
Netherland.
Drake Netherland. Ladson, too hard.
They're 0 for 3 from the line.
Here we'll get another one. Netherland has gone out now. Let's see who has come in. Gage Sullivan was already in, right?
Yeah.
Owen Smith with a rebound. Maybe Owen came in. I think everybody else was already in there. Reuben Goodman goes around the screen. Wants to take it all the way. Extra step, and yep, they caught it. I thought he might get away with it through the traffic there, but the referee zeroed right in on it. An extra step. 2:25 to play third quarter. 30-26 Miners. North Central, though, just gnawing away at this lead here. Just kind of methodically making their way back into this. Back and forth dribble here by Campbell to Ladson. Shot blocked. He tries to save it, but steps on the end line.
Great play by Josh Lauer that time. He's got all hand on the ball. Ladson tried to get it back in, but his foot was on the baseline.
Boy, you just watch Brody Ladson. He's only a freshman. This kid's going to be a player.
Yes, he is.
Nice pass over on the left side. Kingston Crane breaks to the ball, and then he gets cut off by Eli Harris. Eli Harris kind of fronting him there, daring him to go to the left hand, and he would not. Gage Sullivan.
Great pass.
Nice give and go, and it up and good for Josh Lauer. Great feed, 7 in the game for Lauer. Harris caught in the lane, able to get it out there to Campbell. Journey Campbell dribbling the ball left and right. Gets it out to Eli Harris. Ladson. In the lane. Floater. Thought it would fall. It did not, but he will go to the line.
He just missed 2. But I like that he saw that opening and took it. Goodman's going to get that
opening
foul.
Seemed to close pretty quick once he started to make the move.
Yeah, Goodman got in there nice to cut off the lane.
Ah, doggone it. Missed that one too. Ian Motter stepping in now. Lauer will take a break.
Lauer with 7 points tonight.
That one looks good, and it is. 32-27, I apologize. Goodman right through the lane, but they kick it out. Owen Smith will take the tray. No good. Rebound pulled out of there by Ladson, and he's off and running. Right hand, left hand, back to right hand, going coast to coast. Off the glass, no good. Rebound knocked out of bounds by Freeman. It'll be Miner ball.
Good idea by Ladson using his speed, getting down in the lane. Just didn't finish it.
Boy, those transition hoops are the easiest ones to get, but they're also the hardest ones to get.
Staying under control.
Kingston Crane. Left side, waiting for a screen by Motter. The pick and roll was not there. They go back on top, Sullivan. Motter. Timeout. Linton. 39 seconds remaining in this third quarter. 32-27, Miners by 5 on the Stanger Homes scoreboard. This is Rader Media Sports.
Autumn Trace of Greene County is the perfect setting for seniors to call home. Seniors can live as independently as they wish while enjoying as much supportive care as they may request in their daily lives from their 24-hour care staff. Call Jessica and her friendly staff at 812-699-4464 to schedule your tour. Come and find out why so many of your friends and neighbors have already picked Autumn Trace as their first choice to age in place. Are you looking for TV or high-speed internet? Give Mike Morin a call at Midwest Satellite. He offers Dish TV plans starting at $91.99 a month in TV or T-Mobile high-speed internet for $60 a month. Call Midwest Satellite at 812-847-8848. Call Mike. He will treat you right.
Thank you.
Shaylee, I'm curious, what's the family said about your new little vocation here?
My mom thinks it's great.
Good. Good. You're doing a great job.
We
just got to get you to weigh in more on the game.
I know. I'm trying. I gotta get that confidence. I gotta be here for a little bit.
It's all right. It'll come.
You're doing great.
And the nice thing is, there's no hurry.
Yeah.
Well, I must say, I haven't touched the camera once tonight, and you're doing fabulous.
Oh,
so
thanks.
Kingston Crane to inbound. Reuben Goodman across the timeline, working on the left side. Owen Smith. Kingston Crane wide open thanks to a great screen. Couldn't pull the trigger. Goodman. Owen Smith. Netherland back in the ball game. Motter floating to the top. Sullivan. Goodman. They're working just to get the last shot here in this third quarter. 9, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Was he fouled? I believe Ian Motter will go to the line here with no time left on the third quarter clock. And he should get a pair. Free throw up and no good. Ian will get another one. Well, you watch Ian play, you just see loads of potential, don't you? There's a free throw up and good. And so that's the end of 3. We've only got 7 minutes left in this JV game. It's 33-27 Miners by 6 over North Central on the Stanger Homes scoreboard. This is Rader Media Sports.
3 specialty clinics with 3 top-notch providers right here close to home. Greene County General Hospital's Team Ortho Foot and Ankle, and Surge Care are the area's go-tos when it comes to your care. Team Ortho is home to the county's only board-certified orthopedic surgeon, Dr. John Hammerstein. Dr. Matthew Parmenter is a board-certified foot and ankle surgeon with more than 35 years' experience. And board-certified general surgeon Dr. Cam Gabrielson is trained to diagnose a wide range of diseases that may require surgery. Team Ortho Foot and Ankle, and Surge Care, the trio you can trust. They're all part of the Greene County General Hospital family. Our family, caring for yours.
welcome back to Rader Media Sports. We are in the fourth quarter, and this fourth quarter is sponsored by Key Associates of Linton. We'd also like to mention that we want to say thank you to all who are watching on tonight's live stream. We are the only media network at tonight's ballgame.
48% shooting is the JV tonight, but North Central not far behind, 45.8. Miners have hit all of their, almost all of them. 4 or 5 on the free throw line.
Miners got off to a great start, and it's kind of held them throughout this. They go down to a 1-2-2 zone, but North Central has really battled back in this game. They have stayed right there, haven't they?
Right within striking range.
Working on the right side now, Eli Harris. A little runner, no good. Ian Potter just skies above everybody at 6'5" and pulls that down. Kingston Crane, great move, left, right, off the glass. Sweet move. 2 for Kingston Crane. He now has 5.
Well, Harris has made that drive and just come up short on about 3 of those in the lane for North Central.
Going with the pass out on top here. Sawyer Cox with the ball, number 25. Now they go into number 21. And do I not have a 21?
That's Evinger, 23.
Evinger, okay.
And he throws it out of bounds. So a good defense by the Miners there.
6 minutes, 4 seconds remaining in this junior varsity ball game, and the Miners trying to tack on to this 35-27 lead. And, of course, when this one wraps up, we're going to the Jordan and Vaught Insurance pregame show, and then we'll have the varsity matchup between North Central and Linton-Stockton to follow. So a doubleheader tonight.
Good crowd for the Miners tonight, too.
Yeah, I mean, Heather was right. A lot of folks got up and left after the Tots got done with their show, but there's still a lot of people here. But there's still plenty of empty seats if you want to make your way over here to watch some good high school basketball tonight. Miners in that 1-2-2. Jumper on the way too long. Rebounds pulled down, and then Owen Smith commits the foul.
There's lots of conference games going on tonight. I know Shakamak is at Eastern Green. North Davies is at White River Valley for senior night. Brenna Walton's getting her 1,000th point, along with a lot of other school record awards.
Nice three-pointer by Eli Harris. I'm sorry, Heather.
So there's just lots of basketball action tonight.
A Walton funeral service three-pointer for Eli. Yeah, we'd certainly like to be able to see Brenna be honored tonight for that 1,000th point.
Her mom was going to get us some video.
Yep.
Or someone in the crowd was going to get some video, so that'll be
We've
good.
got Kingston Crane on the right side off the front iron. Eli Harris trying to get going, and there's too much traffic. Boy, that's like a Harlem Globetrotter dribble display there by Harris. Now he'll take the tray off the back iron. No good. Rebound pulled out of there by the Miners, and we're off and running. Gage Sullivan on the right side. Gage has been relatively quiet here in the second half, but in the first half, well, he gets that one. 2, 4, 6, 8, and 9, 17. He's gunning for his 18th point. Okay, Kevin, how quiet can you be when you've hit for 18? He's been fantastic tonight.
Well, you're right, though. He had 13 at halftime, so.
Gage, eyes and flies. Perfect spin on. You watch that back rotation on the ball. It's just perfect.
His shot has been really sharp tonight. All those shots he's taken have been.
Baseline jumper, no good. Sullivan with a rebound. Netherland across the half court. Little point guard quarterback for the Miners. Gets it to Sullivan. Motter. Crane around the Sullivan screen. Motter screen. Ian takes it to the cup. Strong move. And then he tips the ball. And then they get it to the bunny. Gage Sullivan gets the bunny as it was kind of ricocheting around there. And then it finally fell to him. And it was perfect. 4:03 to play in the ball game. 40-30. Miners by 10 on the Stanger home scoreboard. This is Rader Media Sports.
At Crane Credit Union, we offer checking accounts to fit your needs. We have a high-yield option, free debit cards, and online banking and free checks for members 60+. With no monthly service fees, you can start letting your money work for you. Learn more at cranecu.org. Is your family protected? Contact Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance Agent Alicia Cornelius to discuss your auto, home, farm, life, or business needs. It's not just about protecting my family, she says. Let me help protect yours too. Proudly serving Indiana, call 812-582-8941 to speak with Alicia, one agent for all your insurance needs.
Thank you.
Shaylee, did you ever think you'd be doing this?
No.
And enjoying it. I mean, you're enjoying it, right?
This is fun.
Good.
You know, we were, Kevin, you and I were today rewatching a interview with Brent Anderson after she won the scholarship last year, and one thing that stuck out in my mind during that interview is you asked, do you ever think you'd be doing this? And she said, I just thought, I might as well try it. If I don't like it, then no harm done. And she encouraged everyone to come out and do the same thing, and I think that would be our plea to all of you, that even if you're an athlete, like Shaylee, how many sports do you play?
5.
And you're in the band, and you're cadet. Are you cadets too?
Yeah.
And you're making the time to learn something new and get involved. So.
And the nice thing, I think, Shaylee, is that it doesn't mean you're ever going to do this for a living or anything like that. It's just fun to try it,
Yeah,
right?
it is.
I mean, it's just an opportunity to expand your horizons a little bit.
And I think for athletes too, from what Bryn said, and I think maybe you're kind of seeing this too, is that you're used to being on the floor and we cover you, and you're seeing now the behind the scenes that goes on to make these productions work.
Harris makes that free throw and get another one.
Which is cool, I think.
It is.
Gets them both. Eli Harris. Now a buzzer. We got a substitution. Evinger coming. No. It's
right.
coming in. And number 13, Carter Smith going out. Miners inbound. Sullivan. Lauer. Cross court. Netherland. Pass deflected. Coming the other way. Ooh.
Oh, nice move.
A great move, but an even better defensive move by Kingston Crane. Wow. Sawyer Cox kind of just bodied up on.
Yeah, I thought that was a 2.
On Kingston Crane, and it looked like it was going to be maybe a 2-pointer with a foul, but instead Kingston Crane held his ground and stripped the ball.
And then Campbell picks up the foul.
Wow. What a great defensive play by Kingston Crane. They get the ball into Netherland. I thought that ball went off Drake. But they're going to say it's still minor ball.
Something we never talk about. There's just 2 officials on that court. You got to be amazed at how they actually get a lot of calls correct.
Well, these 2 are good. I mean, there's Sullivan wide open, taking it right to the cup. What did we say? What's he up to now? 19,
he's 22.
Nice dribbling around in there, and Eli Harris makes it count.
2
2 points for Eli. 8-point advantage for the Miners. Sullivan again, right to the cup. No good. Rebound Lauer. Follow no good. Loose ball coming the other way in the hands of Sawyer Cox. He wants to go coast to coast. He will, and he's fouled by Lauer, who gives that frown of like, oh, that can't be. But it is. Sawyer Cox getting 2.
So they have Linton as 42. It went up 4 points that last bucket. So how many points do you have for Linton?
Oh, don't even ask me. I'm out there. Big D.
I'm not till I start
Since
adding.
they did the roster changes, I'm lost on that, on this JV game.
Well,
so we'll see.
We're gonna follow the scoreboard.
Keep an eye on it for us.
Now, if I had the computer going, I'd be all right. But I'm manual with the JV game.
Nice move by Drake Netherland to the cup. He gets his first 2. He reminds me a lot of Jackson Miller in that he does everything well, but he just kind of runs the team.
Yeah, he definitely is the quarterback.
Let's see what we have here. I think might have a foul on Gage Sullivan.
Wonder what Gage's, no way to know this, but what his game high is. He's at 22.
That's his first.
I get the feeling we'll see a lot of Gage varsity next year.
I think he's only missed 2 3-pointers and that one little gimme.
Rebound out of there by Sullivan. Oh, I thought that pass was going to get picked. Kingston Crane with the ball, but doesn't know where to go with it. Owen Smith wide open on the baseline. Owen kicks it to Motter. Crane. Sullivan. 3, 6, 9, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24. I have him for 25.
Yep.
That is a Walton Funeral Service 3-point shot.
It takes me so long to total him up when he hits that I.
Yeah, 25 and
25 of the Miners, 47. There's a foul call. Or is it a timeout? Nope, foul.
Foul number 10, Campbell. Yeah, I was going to applaud Owen Smith because he wanted to take that 3-pointer in the corner, but trying to eat time, they wheeled it around to Goodman. I thought, well, no, he's taking that shot. He's feeling too good.
Or you mean Sullivan? Yeah. There they inbound. Oops, to the wrong team. Shot off the glass, no good. Rebound, pulled down and put up and in by Sawyer Cox. 1:30 right now remaining in the game. 47-38 Miners by 9 on the Stanger Homes scoreboard, and I think we have a timeout. So This is Rader Media Sports.
Correll's LP Gas has quite a story to tell. A locally owned operation for 78 years, offering residential and agricultural propane in 6 counties. They also fill camper, motorhome, and gas grill cylinders. Correll's LP Gas, located at Highway 54 in Linton. Check them out on Facebook or by phone at 812-847-4076.
Welcome back to Rader Media Sports. You're joined by Big D Dan Phillips, Kevin Rader, Shaylee Killian, student assistant, and myself. And the Miners are at 47-38 for the T-Birds of North Central.
Inbound the ball to Crane. Nice pass to Owen Smith. Shot up off the glass, no good. We're sprinting the other way with Sawyer Cox. Nice move on Sullivan, but now he gets the ball out. Trey on the way, no good. Rebound, Miners. That was a dangerous pass, but they got away with it. Now they finally get it in the hands of their quarterback. I kept thinking, Drake Netherlands right there. And they get it to Drake. Sullivan with the ball now on the left wing. Crane. Netherlands. Sullivan. And they whistle something there on Carter Smith. Carter wins the award for the most colorful shoes, I think, tonight. Kind of an aqua. Is that fair?
I would say aqua, yeah.
I'll defer to the girls who are better at colors than I am. What color is that?
Yeah, I would say like a tealish aqua.
Yeah, kind of a. They look like a swimming shoe to me.
Harrison James has entered the game.
Okay, and so has
Tanner Charbrough.
Jimmy K. Wright.
And Tanner.
I think Jimmy K's going blind.
He is.
How'd that happen?
39 ticks. He got fouled over there on the Scarborough in, Motter in, Jimmy K. Wright is in, Harrison James and Drake Netherland. Jimmy K. Off the rim. He'll get another one. You know, I'll never forget, ever, I think, Coach Oliver saying when Jimmy got hurt playing for Terre Haute,
South.
He said,
whoa, look at that.
He said it rims and falls for Jimmy K. He said once a Miner, always a Miner. How much we care for Jimmy K. Wright. And now he's back here, which is good to see. Shot up on the right-hand side. Nice tray by Eli Harris.
That is a Walton Funeral Service three-point shot.
Netherland breaks the press. Gets it off on the right side. Motter says, I don't care about the clock. There's a tray. It's up, no good. Harrison James trying to save it from going out of bounds. But no dice. It'll belong to North Central. It's a 7-point game with 16 seconds left. It should be over, but, you know, it's still like just close. You hit a few trays here and.
Yeah, quick like that.
Shot up, no good. Rebound Motter. Harrison James rips it away from him. And Drake Netherland gets it across the timeline. Scarborough. Does he get fouled?
Yeah, he gets a chance.
Oh, my gosh. 1.6 remaining. He wants to get in the books.
Well, I do have 48 for Linton on my book.
Okay.
48-41 is what the scoreboard reads.
No.
Shot up, no good. Did he miss everything with that?
I think got some of the net.
I noticed he kind of looked over at the bench like, is anybody looking?
Yeah.
He puts in the workout during warm-ups. He's usually one of the first
He
people.
hits it.
First people we see when we come in warming up for the JV tonight.
Yeah. He's a big kid and a good hustling play there by Tanner. We can't get the final 1 second point whatever off the clock. It's now 0.7. 7/10 of a second. Just get the ball in. And there's another foul. Oh, my gosh. No, let's just end it.
We're done.
I don't care what happened.
Game is over.
49-41. The Miners win it by 8 in the junior varsity contest over the Thunderbirds of North Central. So stay tuned, because when we come back, we'll start the Jordan and Vaught Insurance pregame show for the varsity contest to come. This is Rader Media Sports.
At Jordan and Vaught Insurance Agency, you don't pay extra for the over 80 years of combined experience that will be available to you when dealing with questions about your auto, home, farm, life, or Medicare supplements. They're always there to help from 8:30 to 5 p.m. on weekdays at 123 South Franklin Street, the very same Bloomfield location since 1972. You may not realize the value of experience until you need it the most. Call Jordan and Vaught Insurance, your friends with experience, at 812-384-3535.
North Central also is taking the floor, and they're black with green trim with a little argyle down the side. Nice looking uniform. Miners in their white red numerals. Their traditional home colors. Music's blaring, all the fans coming to their feet. You still have time to get here. We're still about 19 minutes and 30 seconds to be exact away from the tip-off here. So plenty of time if you want to get here and watch some basketball here at the home of Miner Pride. Are you ready for this? So Big D, let's size this up. Linton coming in at 17-4. North Central coming in at 7-11. Now I know you've done a little work looking at the schedule. They've lost 5 in a row, and some of those not by a very close margin. So we can't quite figure out, because as you pointed out, they ran off about 4 or 5 in a row to start the season, but then have struggled since.
In fact, they lost to Terre Haute South, who beat the Miners. They lost to Terre Haute South back on November the 30th, 90-83 in double overtime. At that point, that was their first loss of the season. They beat White River Valley by 5, going down the list there. North Davies, they lost by 11, and really looked like they beat Vincennes Reveille and Riverton Park on January 24th. They were sitting, it looks like 7-6 at that point, and reeled off 5 straight losses, some of them pretty good size. Chegamak game was a close one, 16-66. They're coached by Seth Harrell. It's his first year at North Central. I know Heather knows this, I'm sure, but Vance Edmondson was here for several years for the T-Birds coaching. Last year it was John Ladson. They were 11-13 then. Under Edmondson, they were 12-12, 15-9. Had some good teams. Kevin, Clay City ended a big drought against the Miners by winning the other night. Linton has won the last 19 meetings with the North Central T-Birds. They're going to have to go all the way back to 2010 for a 2009, an 88-55 North Central win. So it's been a long time, but there have been some good ball games. One of the other interesting points in my research, back in 2016, the Miners beat the North Central T-Birds 100-23. Then they met again, 104-34. So
wow,
there's probably that's been circled over the years. So I think North Central's a dangerous team. I do wonder how they've lost these last few ball games. But the big question tonight, Kevin, for me is, and Shaylee, how do the Miners respond when you lose a big game like that? Where does your energy level? How do you respond to it?
You come back and you bring it.
Is it better to be? I mean, it's obvious. I think it's probably at least it's at home.
Yeah.
Where you're trying to rebound at home and not on the road. Is that fair?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because if you're playing on the road, I would think it's a little more difficult anyway.
Yeah, because you have your home fans and your home family, and they're cheering for you. So,
what level does leadership? When you got leaders on your team that get you, and don't allow any of the finger pointing to start happening. You got people around you that kind of take control and say, look forward and get better.
Yeah, that's a big deal on the team. It's important to have those kind of people to just be able to obviously lead the team and just encourage you to be the best teammate you can be, because in the end you're playing for each other on the court. You're trying to have fun. So
I think you lost to an 18-1 team that's number 1 in the state. So and you played them right to the wire. So you didn't get blown away.
And I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Can I just say this too? I do post our game graphic every week, usually in the Indiana High School Athletic Association basketball fan page. And when I posted last week's, or actually earlier this week's game against Clay City, we had a number of people that said, the Miners are going to get hosed. They're going to get blown out of the water.
No, that didn't happen.
It didn't happen. And so some people went on to the graphic and said, and it got a little ugly. And I will say this as my PSA. Our page is not for hate. And our page is to celebrate these athletes, to celebrate the schools.
From all sides.
From all sides.
Yeah.
And so please, if you're going to follow our page, remember that there's lots of student athletes and family members that are on this, that are watching this, and in no way, shape, or form did Linton get hosed last week. I think they lost by 8.
Well, and they lost to a good team.
And they lost to a good team, and they kept up with a great team. So please keep that in mind for those that are watching at home, that we are we try to be as responsive as we can to post, and we always kind of have a policy that we're going to respond to every comment within 24 to 48 hours, and that's one thing I pride ourselves on is we sit down and go home and respond to comments, but I'm not going to get into it with someone who wants to bash a player or a team. It's not going to happen.
Unfortunately, the society we're in now that's how it is. And it's a real shame because they're really a good quality matchup between quality athletes on both sides of the coin. For every call you say goes against you, you can most certainly say there's a call that went with you. So it's and I'm also of a firm belief too, Kevin. I'll say this, I'll let you have it. You don't win or lose a game on one play. You don't win or lose a game on 2 or 3 plays. Every play in a game is something that could cause you to lose a contest or win it. So it's really sophomoric to start saying things about 15, 16, 17-year-old kids.
I think it was during the Cascade game, where I made a remark about some call that was made by a referee, and then, and that kind of simmered there, and some fans picked up on that, I think, and I felt bad that I said anything, because when the game came up at the end, when the game was on the line, there was a tough call made by that same referee that favored Linton.
Right.
And I thought to myself, why didn't I make as much of that as I did with the one early?
Everybody gets caught up in the heat of the moment. I mean, that's just human
But
nature.
my point is, the referees are normally really good, and if you watch the entire game, it evens out.
I think that was the Marshall game that you and I called.
Was it Marshall?
It was Marshall.
I'm sorry.
We called
Thank
that solo. We were both sicker than a dog.
Yeah.
And we were just happy that we were well enough to go, because we were the only, media outlet that went and covered that game. So I want to take a couple minutes here. I'm gonna play a video. I'm gonna mention a video, and then we're gonna go into the video. These games at home are brought to you by the sponsors that you see in rotation during the entire game, and we're very thankful for our sponsors. We're very thankful for the family members that say, look, we want to sponsor, we want to see our name on the screen. We're very happy for those. Like you just saw right now, Dan and Teresa Carpenter paid for a sponsor ad to have Hayden Feltner's rotate during during pregame and halftime. We're very thankful for those sponsors. We hope those sponsors, too, understand, and we hope the public recognizes this, and you guys can jump in at any moment here, that you're promoted beyond the broadcast. So, yes, you're seeing these sponsors rotate in tonight's game, but they're on the website at any given time to go in and look at them. There's videos that we shoot to promote them. They're on Facebook graphics. They're on Instagram graphics. And we truly believe that it's not just, okay, let's take your money and we're going to throw you in a broadcast and be done with you. We want people in the community to recognize these sponsors that are making these games free at home to all of you to watch, and to be able to go out and patronize those
I think
sponsors.
You left out one of the most important avenues we were pursuing, and that's the billboards.
Well,
because that is 24/7.
The Minor Pride sponsors that have signed on to be a Minor Pride sponsor at the beginning of the season, they get lots of extras, so to speak. And their contract was, you get assigned a place in your business. You get the opportunity to have a video professionally shot, and it's on our homepage. It's on our YouTube channel. You're seeing these in tonight's and all the game rotation. But past that, they are, if a sponsor has a certain milestone or if a sponsor has something cool going on in their business, we're going to share that on our Facebook page. And then when we called them all and said, hey, guess what? We're going to do a billboard. We're going to give you billboard advertising for free, including one that's lit up from dark till dusk. We want to make sure that we're rewarding all of these sponsors who entrust us. And Kevin, I think you and I can be real honest here. We're at every ball game we can be at, whether we're sick or we're not, whether we're tired or not.
The only reason we're not there is if we've been denied. Otherwise, we've made a promise that we're going to do these games, and so come heaven or high water, we're going to do them.
I kind of keep I keep on our website, there's links for the boys basketball, the girls basketball, volleyball, football, baseball, and softball. And every time that we live stream a game, we will put that on there. We will put the scores. We will put the records. And if we're the only media outlet there, we make a note of that, such as tonight. We're the only one here. So we hope that as we continue and move forward, that you'll think of the fans that are not able to come in person, and those watching abroad, and those watching in the military, and those that are on vacation, or those that are usually in the stands but cannot be here because of illness. We hope you consider us next year to be able to advertise you and sponsor you in all of these, not only games, but on the website and beyond.
The music is blaring. The coaches are huddled. The players are warming up. We've got Linton Minor basketball coming up just around the corner. You're listening to the Jordan and Vaught Insurance pregame show. This is Rader Media Sports.
Got to get it in the air. Shot up. It's a three-pointer. Jackson Miller calls the big shot. Bingo! Oh, my God.
We thank those Rader Media Sports sponsors who make our broadcast free to view for those at home, abroad, and who watch on the replay. Whether you're a Minor Pride sponsor, one sports sponsor, or simply appear as rotating banner sponsor, Rader Media Sports helps to promote you well beyond the broadcast. You appear in many live broadcasts each game night, but many rewatch after the final buzzer or horn, giving you increased exposure for years to come. You're listed on each sports web link on RaderMediaSports.com, giving visitors the opportunity to hyperlink directly back to your business website or social media page. Game day social media graphics list your business or name as another reference to you. And we're developing additional ways to give extra promotions to our Minor Pride sponsors even after a signed contract, all free of charge. Reminder, 30% of all sponsorships received are donated directly back to Linton-Stockton schools. The remainder is used for IHSAA fees, our Miners Broadcasting Student Club, scholarships, equipment, travel out of town, and even out-of-state games, and donated back to other causes within our community.
Getting through, they break out in the open. Can they do it?
Come on, Jesse.
At the 50. Run, Jesse, run!
Oh, yeah.
30,
Go, buddy.
20, 10, 5. Touchdown, oh, mama!
So what are you waiting for? Sponsorships start as little as $100 a season, which includes regular and postseason play. Let us help get your business, organization, and family name before thousands through dedicated social media marketing. Rader Media's Fords prides itself in hard work and professional coverage while providing night in, night out work for all things Linton-Stockton.
Well, I was going to update you on something involving Dusty May and Michigan, but now I cannot find it.
And he's going to have his
Here it
lovely
is.
wife. Oh, there we go. Find it.
Michigan men's basketball coach Dusty May has agreed to a new multi-year contract with Michigan. In other words, he kind of used or
Leverage.
didn't use it. He had the leverage of the IU offer out there, and it led him to a new multi-year contract at Michigan. He's still in his first year there, for heaven's sakes, but he is also leading the Big Ten with Michigan. So that's a key name off the list for Indiana.
Well, that just breaks my heart.
Yep, figured that would not be good news. I do have good news, though. Linton lost against Clay City, was number 5, and somehow this week we're number 4.
Excuse me?
Yeah.
We went up one?
We
Who
went up.
lost in front of us then? Somebody.
Well, a couple of them did.
Yeah.
But we lost 2, and somehow we went up. I think that's the testament to Clay City and the respect they have, because they're obviously still number 1.
Now, Dusty May has roots here in Greene County. Is that correct?
He's from Eastern.
Well,
His Aunt Sandy and my Uncle Randy were really good friends in high school. And an Eastern Greene graduate.
I had hoped that maybe he had an out pre-negotiated in the contract for IU, Big D.
Yeah.
You know, one of those things happens. It's just like, hey, if this opens up, I want to be able to.
Yeah. And honestly, in this world today, it seems like any contract is somehow can be bought out. But that's a lot of money, I'm sure, for that to happen.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how much that extension is worth.
It's going to be kind of bad going into this weekend's IU Purdue game, because I think everybody was hopeful that it was either going to be him or who was the other one? Brad Stevens. And so both of those have been
I hate
now
to say
a no.
this, but I don't think it's going to be a big name. I think the next coach at IU might not be a big name. But we'll see. I don't know who's left. I see Chris Beard got another endorsement by Rick, what's his name, used to coach at Kentucky and used to coach at Louisville, Pitino.
Yeah.
Said that he thought the IU opening was Chris Beard's to have, and he thought he would be a great coach. I know very little about Chris Beard, so who knows what could happen there. But
there's a lot of big time money and sponsorships, co-op. I mean, it's just not like hiring a guy anymore. He's got to be good with the press. He's got to be good with.
Now he's got to be good with money.
Yeah.
Because recruiting is money.
It is.
It used to be you'd warm up and meet mom and
I read
the whole bit.
Yesterday.
That's changed.
I think I read it today, and I wish I could remember the coach, the big name coach, said he was no longer going to recruit high school kids at this point in college basketball.
I think that was Pitino.
I think it was too.
I saw that.
We should say there's big news out of the IHSAA. We're not going to share it ourselves, but it has been circling the web today in regards to transfers and eligibility and so forth like that. So
it's coming.
we will be sharing that information once something is official that we can share from a press release.
Is that something involving the legislature? Is that what you're talking about?
It is. So,
you know, I was there for over 20 years, and in that span of time, every year a bill would be introduced to restore one-class basketball.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's been filed again. I'm interested to see if this year it gets any oxygen.
I honestly can't ever see that ever coming back. It's too many schools that get the opportunity to experience a road to the championship. And we should mention, South Knox girls are playing in a semi-state. I want to say something about them.
Yeah, we'll talk that in a minute. This is Rader Media Sports.
Whether it's the classroom, the field, the stage, or the court, it's time for another production of Rader Media Sports, home of the Miners, on the Champions Network of the IHSAA.
Big D, I'm sorry. We're getting ready. If you can fit it in before they start to sing the anthem.
I think that the joy of communities getting, we got 4 or 5 classes. They all get to experience that. It is great when one can beat a 5 or 2 can beat a 4, but I think it brings a whole lot to the state when you have more schools involved.
Looks like the national anthem.
Please rise, gentlemen, remove your hats. For the singing of our national anthem being performed tonight by the Linton-Stockton Choir.
Now we get set for the starting lineups, brought to you by Klusner Construction of Linton.
I got to say, that was the best version I've heard of them. They were on it. They were on it.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Linton-Stockton High School for tonight's varsity contest between the visiting North Central Thunderbirds and your Linton Miners. Here are the starting lineups. First of all, for the visiting Thunderbirds. Starting at guard, senior number 10, Trishawn Cockrell. At guard, senior number 13, Ben Willis. And forward, senior number 22, DJ Suggs. And forward, senior number 40, Aiden McKinnon. And forward, senior number 55, Tyson Harden. The Thunderbirds are coached by Mr. Seth Harold.
Okay, number 40.
40 and 40, 35 are not on it.
Yeah, and I didn't get those names because they're not on the roster. Here we go again.
And now here's the final for your Linton Miners. Left by for the English junior, number 3, Jackson Miller. And
So there we go, Big D, but now we got to make heads or tails.
Yeah.
Did you, who?
40 and 35 are the last two mentioned, and in fact, it's not 35, it's 55. He's the jersey he's got. He's a tall kid, he's a big kid.
So here we go again, not having, and not only do we not have the numbers, we don't have the names.
Yeah,
I heard McCammon, but it wasn't Aiden McCammon, 31, was it?
It was 40. He's wearing 40.
Aiden McCammon is? Oh, here we go again.
It'll be okay,
I don't know
guys.
who's who.
This first quarter is sponsored by Key Associates of Linton.
Miners with the ball, shooting on the right-hand side off the front of the rim. We're coming the other way. And that's number 20, which I hate to say that, but
10.
Is that number 10?
Yeah.
Cockrell gets 2. They come back in a 2-3 zone, it looks like. Jackson Miller on the left-hand side, cross court. Out on top to Oliver at the logo. Back to Jackson Miller. Right side, now the middle. Feltner dribbles, gives it back to Paul. Oliver gets the Walton Funeral Service 3-pointer. Miners go into a full court press. Ethan Willis gets the ball to Cockrell. Cockrell across the timeline back to Willis. Starts to eye it, doesn't. Number 40 pulls the trigger, and I don't know who that is.
Let's listen. McCammon.
So is that Aiden McCammon?
Yeah, that's got to be.
And was that 40?
Yeah.
Shaylee, why don't you and I listen to the announcers when we'll try to see if we can help Mr. Rader out.
Okay.
Shot on the baseline, up no good. Rebound pulled out of there by Willis. Now to Cockrell. He'll walk it up. Looking towards Suggs. DJ's got the ball. Hands it off again to Willis. To Cockrell. Willis dribbling with the ball out on top. Oliver covers him. There's a nice movement to the hoop. Good spin and recovery there by number 50. Who's that?
Hopper? Was it?
Number 55. We don't have him. So
I'm looking at Tyson Harden, is who they said. Number 11.
That's him?
Yeah.
And it's 55. Well, 55, 11. Close, right? Who made that?
Hayden Feltner.
Hayden Feltner. So we're off to a rough start here, but we're getting there slowly. Across the timeline. Nice move to the hoop and feed off, but they're not able to get that one off. Shot up by McCammon, or attempt on it. He's still trying to pivot around, and in and out, no good. Rebound, Paul Oliver.
Number 40 is Brennan Robertson. Is that what you have?
No, I have McCammon as that. Ugh.
Well,
I don't know.
Mike Morin is doing some research for us. So number 40 is Brennan Robertson.
I don't think so. I think they said McCammon on the PA.
Okay, well, then we won't.
Let's just disregard that.
I'll see if I can get Darren to get a.
I think Tyson Harden, it says 11 on there, is 55. Because I heard him say Harden.
Yeah, and Aiden McCammon is 40. He's got the ball now, I think.
Yeah.
Cockrell. McCammon feeds off nicely to Harden. He gets his shot up and good. He gets around Tucker Lint to get the shot, and he'll go for the and one.
Well, they got new jerseys, what their coach said not very long ago, so that's playing havoc. They must not have changed their rosters.
No, Harden gets 2 there, and he gets the free throw, so I'm behind now on points. I have them as 5, and I know they've got 7, or now 10, Big D, so I'm way behind here.
See if I can help you on that.
Well, the scoreboard was just updated to 10 to 11. Now it's 10 to 7. And it looks as though Aaron Lynn at the scorer's table is having a little bit of trouble too with the names.
Their coach said they'd had 3 technicals on uniform violations.
Well, I'm not surprised. Working on the right side, Miners have the ball. Now they're looking at the scoreboard.
Yeah, the scoreboard is not.
And walking over to the scorer's table.
I have 10-5 on mine as well.
Okay, so Harden with 3, Cockrell with 2. Where else am I missing?
Harden has 5.
Harden has 5.
McCammon has 3. Cockrell has 2.
Oliver spins, gets it back out on top. Daly kicks it out.
Ooh, that is fast.
Cross court to Paul. Right side, Oliver. Ooh, I thought he might get the roll, but he did not. Swept out of there. We're coming the other way. Okay. Underneath, reverse layup, no good. Cooper Smith has the ball. Miners trying to run in transition. He gets it knocked away, gets his pocket picked by Ethan Willis. Cockrell coming the other way. Back to Willis, gets around Oliver. And makes it count. Nice move by Ethan Willis. Draws the foul on Paul Oliver.
North Central's off to a good start. Miners once again not having much success with the offense.
Timeout on the floor. 3:33 to play in the first quarter. It's 12-5. North Central on top on the Stanger home scoreboard. This is Rader Media Sports.
Serving Greene and surrounding counties for over 30 years, Key Associates of Linton has helped generations of clients buy and sell homes. Whether you are looking to buy your dream home or a next investment, or sell your home to enter in the next chapter of your life, Allie Walton, Mary Beth Geralds, and Audrey Sparks are there for you every step of the way.
Well, I've put out a number of pleas and I'm getting no response from anyone.
Well, as Big D points out, if they've been teed several times this year for...
Yeah. Well, I think we're right with Harden. He's a senior. 55.
I think we're right with McCammon too, because 40. The PA, at least unless the PA's wrong, I mean, they could be wrong. We'll see here. Going to the line now is Ethan Willis. Shot up, no good. Oliver with a rebound. Daly loses the ball out of bounds. Oh, they're going to say the defender knocked it out. Lucky break there. They're going to say Eden McCammon knocked it out. Jackson Miller to trigger the inbound. Daly. Rebound is pulled down by Jackson Miller. He goes to the ground, and they're saying the ball will stay with the Miners.
So it must have went out of bounds.
Miller. Paul Oliver. Lint. Daly.
He's got to get out of the lane.
Well, we knew the Miners were going to see a steady diet of zone for a long time now. Paul Oliver there with the tray.
Walton Funeral Service 3-point shot.
That's his second of the night. He has 6 of the Miners, 8 points. They trail 12-8.
Yeah, they have no shots in the paint thus far in the game for the Miners at all.
Yeah, kick back out. Cockrell with the ball. Floater to the lane, no good. Rebound is pulled out of there by Willis. Gets it to Suggs. His jumper is good. DJ Suggs with 2.
That was a 3. That's a Walton Funeral Service 3-point shot.
Sure didn't look like one, but it is. Off the front of the rim. Shot no good. A 3-on-1 break the other way by North Central. And the shot is good. Cockrell. Boy, North Central just running away with this. It's 17-8. Miners having some trouble here early. Daly. Miller.
Just no inside game at all. It's all outside shots. Oh.
Banker off the glass by Jackson Miller. I think that's a 2. But he'll go to the free throw line for an old-fashioned three-pointer.
Okay, so is it 17 for North Central? Because it just went up 2 on that side.
Yeah, I have 17-10.
Once again, I'm getting no response from the 3 people I reached out to for the roster.
Don't worry about it anymore, Heather. Shot up, good. 3 points now for Jackson Miller. Miners trailing 17-11. 1:40 to play here in this first quarter. So far, it's been kind of all North Central. Willis.
Nice
Easy move. Paul Oliver saying there was a forearm to help clear out there, but they're Jackson Miller with the ball. Miners trailing by 8.
There you go.
Nice feed inside to Paul Oliver, and he gets it.
Great
8
feed
for Paul.
Great feed by Miller. The first paint points for the Miners come at the 1 minute mark.
Yep, 19-13. North Central on top by 6. Willis fakes. Takes it to the cup. Shot no good. Rebound is pulled down and then put back up by Harden. He's fouled.
That is 3 offensive boards. Tucker Lent gets a second foul on him.
Cooper Smith getting ready to check back in. Harden free throw, good. 6 points now for Harden, and he's 2 for 2 from the free throw line, looking to make it 3 for 3. And he's got it. Jake Rose to Miller to Oliver.
No,
Cooper.
Right there, should have put it up.
Out. Jackson Miller. No good. Cooper Smith with a rebound, but they're going to say he couldn't quite corral it, and they're going to say Cockrell with the foul. .34 seconds remaining in this first quarter. Jackson Miller to inbound. Paul Oliver with a tray. Rims around, no good. Jake Rose with a rebound. Back out to Paul, and he mishandles it. Saves it. But it goes to DJ Suggs. Willis, jumper right side. There's a tray. Walton Funeral Service three-pointer. 7 points for Ethan Willis, who's having a night. 24-13. North Central by 11. Get it underneath there. Nice pass and an easy 2 for Cooper Smith at the buzzer. And the Miners need all they can get. They're trailing 24-15 at the end of the first quarter on the Stanger Home scoreboard. This is Rader Media Sports.
After high school, I worked in a couple factories, and then my dad convinced me to go to the apprenticeship program.
I have pension, I have health insurance, I have an HSA, am paid while I'm learning and training. Like being able to see what work I've completed.
They'll be able to go to school and get paid while they go to school, still receive a college degree, and they'll be making a great career salary-wise once they finish.
Welcome back to Rader Media Sports, and Coach Beth Werns has come to our mercy and is sending us a She went down to the scorer's table and is getting us some information. This second quarter is sponsored by Key Associates of Linton.
The Miners shot 29% from 3, 46% that from the field, but North Central is 64%. 3 of 4 from three-point range right now. 10 of their points come from the paint.
Big D, why I'm calling this, why don't you look at this and see how that checks out with what we have. Working on the left side there, Ethan Willis. Cockrell back to Willis. Left side. Back to McCammon. Willis. Minor defense.
Yeah, it's what we've got going now.
Good. Thank you, and thank you.
In other words, Harden is 55. McCammon is 40.
Okay.
All the other numbers check out.
With it out on top is Cockrell. Back to McCammon.
Oh,
it looked like one too many steps there, but Oliver coming the other way. Paul may have stepped on someone's ankle. Get it underneath to Cooper Smith, and there's going to be a foul called there. Cooper will go to the line. Oliver may have twisted his ankle. I think he came down.
Daly with a good pass. Again, that's 3 looks to Cooper on the inside.
And they're going to try to get a substitute in here. I know Jackson Miller is going to come back in. I would assume Oliver will go out. Free throw up and no good by Cooper. He does get another one. Now Paul going to the bench. So now it is Jackson Miller, Connor Daly, Jake Rose, Hayden Feltner, and Cooper Smith for the Miners. That second free throw is good by Cooper. He has 3. 24-16, Miners trailing by 8. 6:26 remaining in this first half. So far, North Central's kind of having it their way. Harden gets the ball back out. Cockrell. Right-hand side, McCammon. Back to Cockrell. Beats his man to the hoop, but can't finish the shot. Coming the other way, Jackson Miller. Has a trailer, trying to keep an eye open on that. Kicks it back out. Jake Rose says, I'll take that. Off the back iron, no good. Willis.
It's 5 boards for Willis.
To McCammon. And he loses the ball, and then runs right through. Jackson Miller, nothing called. There's a, looked like another travel too, went out of bounds. Miner basketball. Well, now the referee disagrees. He's overruled. He's going to say he's going to give the ball to North Central.
He made that call from the scorer's bench.
Jake Rose going out. Who came back in? Oliver. So Paul's okay.
Good to see.
Willis. Pass over on the left side. Now back to Willis. Cockrell. Pass over on the left side. Hooper now in the ball game. That's Jace Hooper. They get it back to him over on the left wing. He tries to pass it off. The pass picked off by Paul Oliver. Oliver takes it the whole way. Shot no good, but there'll be a foul call. You know, that Euro step always kind of throws me off, whether it's the Miners or anybody else.
What do you think about that, Shaylee? Looks like she wants to comment on this.
No, I'm good.
You always feel like it's an extra step.
Mm-hmm.
Paul hits a free throw. 9 now, gunning for obviously his 10th.
The North Central cheer squad is letting us know they're here. You can feel
That's
that.
good.
You can feel that vibration all the way through the bleachers.
10 points for Paul. 24-18, Miners trailing by 6. Cockrell with the ball, left side, feeds it to Willis, and then the ball bounces off his noggin. Paul Oliver comes up with it and gets it off the glass. 12 for Paul. And now, all of a sudden, it's 24-20. The Miners are getting back into this. McCammon gets it inside to Harden. He goes on the left side, and Connor Daly trying to come up with that ball, and he cannot. Timeout by North Central. Boy, their coach is not a happy camper.
He is not happy.
He is up and stomping around, and he's not making a point to anybody else other than his team. It's now 24-20, 4:39 to play in the second quarter on the Stanger Home scoreboard. This is Raider Media Sports.
Team Ortho is Greene County's only orthopedic clinic featuring board-certified orthopedic surgeon Dr. John Hammerstein. Team Ortho also has lead athletic trainer Jed Arsenault, who works with Linton-Stockton students-athletes to help minimize the risk of injury. Call Team Ortho today at 812-847-3381. Greene County General Hospital, our family caring for yours. Looking to sell your home? Century 21 Sheets agent Corey Motter specializes in getting top dollar for his clients. With a proven track record and personalized marketing strategies, Corey strives to make selling easy and stress-free. Get the results you deserve and close it with Corey. A special thank you to everyone who came out to the Marsh Madness Sandhill Crane Festival, hosted by Friends of Goose Pond in partnership with Goose Pond Fish and Wildlife Area. See you next year.
Awesome job. Once again, thank you.
Shaylee Killian joining us on the broadcast tonight. Welcome to have her.
I want to say hello to Kenneth Clements that says, get after it, Miners. Sharon Edwards, look how many there are of the Linton Mini Minor Cadets. They're so cute, and we do agree.
Hooper inbounds. Cockrell trying to get it back to Hooper, but it's picked off by Jackson Miller. He's got a trailer. Can't get it up and in, but Paul Oliver's the rim runner of the night. Comes down with that one. Paul clapping his hands together. It's now 24-22. Miners within 2.
And getting that ball, that's 2 kind of fast break in a row now the Miners have done, but it's getting that ball inside.
Trey on the way. No good. Oliver rebounds. Wants to go to Cooper Smith. Cooper off the glass. No good. Connor Daly the follow. No good. Oh, my. Couple of rim runners there, but they couldn't. Just the momentum was a little tough to overcome. Cockrell on the right side. Now a loose ball. McCammon tries to get it back to Cockrell. Now he wants to take the tray at the top. No good. And we've got a foul call. I think it's going to be
on Jackson Miller.
On Jackson Miller. Coach is right over there discussing it with the referee and not happy about it.
Yeah, it kind of looked like Jackson had position, so I'm not sure how that happened.
Willis.
Man, oh man, he's hot.
Another Walton Funeral Service three-pointer. 6-8, 10 points for Ethan Willis. Jackson Miller on the top.
That was their first points of the second quarter.
Underneath to Oliver. What an alley-oop assist by Jackson Miller. Take a look at it again. Alley-oop. And now, what happened there? Paul Oliver got his 1,000th point on that. His teammates, everybody up to celebrate the 1,000th point in the career of Paul Oliver, the junior, and he's got some time to go.
And we got that on the replay.
Very nice. Very nice. 27-24. Back to what's going on the floor. North Central with a three-point advantage right now. Working with the ball out on top to Cockrell. McCammon. And they've got a foul called there on Feltner.
No.
Oliver, Lint, Jackson Miller, Daly, and Feltner. The lineup right now. There, Lint knocks that ball out of bounds. Oh, they're going to say it belongs to the Miners. I actually thought that ball was off the Miners, but You know, that referee, though, was right on top of that, and we're in our Bob Euchre seat, about as high away as we can be.
Nice defense from Tucker Lent.
Daly back to Oliver. They say, put it up, big boy. Paul Oliver with his third Walton Funeral Service three-pointer, and the Miners have tied it up at 27.
19 points already.
That ball tipped out of bounds. That should belong to North Central. It does. Boy, the Miners have battled back. What's been the biggest deficit so far, Big D? They were down by at least 10.
Yeah, I got 11. Here comes the Ladson kid we saw do so well in the JV.
Is that who that is?
That's who it is. He's number
because 21 says Benford.
Benford. That looks just like the Ladson kid. Well, here. Oh,
there's a steal. Daly. Missed it. Up with the rim runner was Jake Rose. He followed the play and got the rebound and put it in. 2:25 to play in this. Here's the ball, loose ball on the floor. We've got a scrum. And that. And everybody gets up. Everybody's okay. And the Miners have the ball. Daly going to the bench. Jake Rose going to the bench. So who came in? Now we got 4 players on the floor, do we?
We got 5.
Oh, there's 5. Jake Rose inbound to the ball. Okay. Rose, Miller, Lent, Oliver, Smith. Lent with the ball to the baseline. Kicks it back out. Jackson Miller doesn't want to take it. Paul Oliver with it on top.
Nope.
Wanted to sneak one into Cooper Smith. Didn't work. Jake Rose gets it back out on top to Paul. Miller.
You can hear that smack all the way up here.
Jake Rose. Oliver. Cooper.
There it is.
Lent. No good. Follow. No good. Gosh. Rebound. Rolling around and pulled up and out of there by DJ Suggs. The ball on the left-hand side. Shot. Cockrell. No good. Rebound. Lent. And what a rebound it was. He had to climb that ladder to get to that one. Oliver. Baseline jumper. No good. Followed by Lent. Tucker Lent gets his first 2, and the Miners have a lead at 31-27. 54 seconds remaining here in this first half. Miners have come alive in this second quarter, and I think defense has been a big part of it. They've tightened it up. There, the ball picked off. Cooper Smith gets it to Paul Oliver. He has a couple of Thunderbirds trailing him.
That's 7 turnovers in the second quarter alone for North Central. They had none in the first quarter.
Yeah. It's been a different game between the first quarter and the second quarter. Oliver, they're going to wait and try to play this for 1. Miller. 10 seconds now remaining. They'll start to make a move now. Jake Rose, Oliver. Jake Rose, Miller. 1 shot up, no good.
It's the foul.
But they do call a foul.
Suggs is going to get that.
Boy, you just don't see that right at the buzzer very often, but
we've seen it a couple times this year too.
We've seen it one other time tonight.
Yeah.
Jackson Miller will go to the line. He currently has 3. He'll get a pair here.
Well, he should get 3 here because he was shooting a 3.
First one's good. Second one is good. He's now 3 for 3, and here is the third one. Boy, these are big. He hits all 3. 2, 4, 6 points for Jackson Miller. So at the intermission, it's 34-27. Miners leading by 7. Who'd have thunk it after that first quarter? On the Stanger Homes scoreboard. This is Rader Media Sports.
My name's Gary McBride. My favorite memory is the bus rides on the way to games, and I've been playing since 2nd grade.
My name is Hayden Feltner. I've been playing since 2nd grade. My favorite basketball memory would be our state run 2 years ago.
My name is Tucker Lynn, and I've been playing since 2nd grade. And I'm just really excited for a deep postseason run because I think we have a lot of hope and we see a lot of bright future for this team.
We're welcoming to the floor the Linton-Stockton minor cadets, and we will show this in its entirety. Lots of people wanting to get their eyes on this, and we're happy to be able to show it to all of you.
Feature of Winter Guard and Varsity Dance. The Winter Guard is performing a routine they learned at camp this past summer to Good Old Days by Macklemore. This routine was choreographed by Gerardo Torres. And then following that, the varsity dancers will perform a jazz pop routine to a variety of ABBA music. This routine was choreographed by Shawnee Easterwood and singer Theron Hibbert. And now, Linton-Stockton proudly presents the minor cadets.
And we're waiting now for the second part of the double feature.
Great halftime performance there. Let's go on now with the scoring here at this intermission. I'll get through my stuff quick so Big D can get to the important stuff. But Jackson Miller with 6 points, including 1 basket from the field and 4 for 4 from the free throw line. Paul Oliver with 19 points, and he hits the 1,000-point plateau. Connor Daly with 2. Cooper Smith with 3, and 1 of 2 from the free throw line. Jake Rose with 2. Tucker Lint with 2. Miners 7 of 8 from the free throw line for 34 points at the intermission. Trayshawn Cockrell with 4 points, 2 baskets from the field. Tyson Harden with a total of 7. He's 3 for 3 from the free throw line with 2 hoops. Ethan Willis with 10. He's led the way, including 2 trays from the field. DJ Suggs with a tray and for 3, and Aiden McCammon with a tray for 3, and they're 3 of 4 from the free throw line. It's 34-17. You hear that, Big D, and you think, well, the Miners have had control of this, but boy, they did not. I'll let you take it.
They did not. 24-15 in that opening quarter, and it was all North Central. Miners looked like they were confused again, looked like they were relying on a three-pointer. Then they started getting some passes on the inside, some no-look passes from Miller that to Cooper Smith that kind of got the ball rolling, and then Paul got hot. He got
an alley-oop that was tremendous.
Yeah, and that was his 1,000th point. What a great way to do that. Overall, the Miners have shot 44%, so that's a pretty good number, 12 of 17. 9 of 18 from the inside the stripe, 50%. They're 3 of 9 from the three-point land. 7 of 8 from free throws. They've been doing real well at that, 88%. For North Central, they're hitting 50% from the inside, 10 of 20. They're actually hitting 50% all the way down the charts. 50% from the field, 50% from three-pointer, 4 of 8. They're 3 of 4 from the line, 75%. Turnovers, they had played turnover-free in the first quarter, that being the T-Birds. They had 7, a little bit more amped pressure from the Miners. Helped get the Miners turned around. They only scored 3 points in that second quarter, did the T-Birds. The Miners were able to, I don't have it added up yet, but took control there. Rebounds, Miners are dominating on this one. 15 rebounds for the Miners, 5 from Paul Oliver. 8 of those are offensive boards, which is big. 9 for the T-Birds, 3 of them on offense. Ethan Willis, 13 with 10 points. He's got 2 of those boards on the inside. And, I think what they were doing early was they were getting the ball down the court a little bit faster. I have them for 4 fast break points. At one point, Linton had nothing in the paint. We end up with 14 points in the paint. Just looked a whole lot better. I think we can all breathe a little bit better after that second quarter.
It seems to me in the first quarter we played a lot of man for man. In the second quarter we switched to zone. And I may be wrong in that, but if I'm right, it seems like that made the everything a little tougher for North Central.
Yeah.
And North Central got a lot of transition hoops in that first quarter.
Yeah, they got the ball on some steals and some fast breaks. Obviously, Cockrell, a lot of speed getting down the court, but Willis as well, surprisingly. And like I said, that first quarter, they had 3 fast break opportunities, scored on 2 of those things. And then the Miners, I think you're right, that screen made them have to work the ball around a little bit better. And then all of a sudden, the turnovers, 7 of them in that second quarter. I think looking steal-wise, 2 from Oliver, and then Cooper Smith and Connor Daly each got in on that act. The defense got better that second quarter. It made them work for it.
Heather?
Quickly, we want to give some shout-outs to those that are watching. Ashley and John Veach says, great coverage as always. Go Miners. Mike Morin says, watching live on the Champions Network. Broadcast looks great. Glad to have you all giving such a great live stream. It's a great day to be a Miner. Jamie Abbott Martin watching from home under the weather, so hopefully you guys will get to feeling better soon. Mel Daly, Connor Daly's grandma, watching from home. Courtney Stevens watching from home. Ron Faree watching from home. We also want to say hello to Kay Sullivan, Kathy Elliott, Sheila and Ed McCammon, Susan Rumpel, Bob Spears, and Melody Thuis.
North Central inbounding from the side. DJ Suggs with the ball. Kicks it over. Now it's back to Suggs. And then he goes back to the right at Cockrell. Suggs. Inside, Willis. Jumper, too hard. Rebound is pulled down and then spun around. Shot up no good by Tyson Harden, who really announced his presence in the first quarter but was quiet in the second.
Yeah.
But he comes back here in the third quarter with going to the line. He'll shoot 2.
Feltner going to get that foul.
We also want to say this third quarter is sponsored by Key Associates of Linton.
Harden is 3 and 3 from the free throw line. Did he make that one?
He did.
4th, thank you.
That second quarter was a 19-3 Miner advantage.
Wow. Miners corral the errant free throw on the second one. 34-28, Miners by 6, just underway in the third quarter. Miners really have had to battle back in this one to see if they can keep the foot on the accelerator here in this third quarter. Daly with the ball. Again, Miners working against that zone.
Well, Feltner's at the top of the key. I don't think I've seen that much this year.
Cooper inside Oliver. Oh, I thought he was going to call traveling for a minute. His arms were going to say 2 shots. Paul got the rebound, put it back up, and I think he was fouled then, but he got the rebound on that errant shot and put it back up again. But
that foul was on 13. Smith, he's going to go to the line for 2.
Paul with, is that 19? Is that what you have, Big D?
Yeah.
So he's gunning, obviously, for 20. Of the Miners, 34 points. Wow. He's got it. You know, in the last few games, Paul has been hovering about 6 and then 9. But he's really breaking out here tonight, which is good to see.
Yeah, he's struggled.
Missed the second free throw.
In the scoring side of it, but he's
always a presence on the floor. Suggs with the ball. Wants to go coast to coast. It's blocked by Feltner. He saved it, but apparently it went to McCammon. McCammon's trapped in the corner now. Throws the ball out of bounds. Miner basketball. McCammon saying he got bumped.
There was a lot
out of bounds, and it was pretty physical in that corner. But you know, you pull up the dribble in the coffin corner, you're asking for trouble. Daly. No good. Follows his shot. Can't get the rebound. But it rolls right to Jackson Miller. Jackson working with the right hand. Now shifts over to the left to Daly on the wing. Feltner. Having a little trouble dishing it up. Daly kicks it out. Oliver's open for the tray. Won't pull the trigger. Cooper Smith back to Oliver. Shot up. No good. Oliver with the rebound. He'll fake and follow. No good. Oh, my. You don't see that very often from Paul. Just would not fall. Willis gets it to Cockrell. Drives with the left hand in the lane. Up no good. Rebound pulled down there by Daly. It's 1-on-1. Connor up no good. A rim runner there for Oliver. He won't get it, but now he gets it, and he goes out of bounds off Paul.
Yeah,
wow.
Man. I can't look up long enough to get caught up.
I know. That was one of those where it just like a BB in a freight car. It was hard to keep up with.
Shaylee likes that quote, Kevin.
Working over here on the left, McCammon. Left hand driving to the cup, off the glass, sweet shot. Aiden McCammon has his 5th point of the night. Jackson Miller coming the other way. Daly. Miller. Shot won't finish. But Cooper Smith will. 5 for Cooper. 36-30, Miners just by 6.
Whoa.
Nice drive, but he couldn't quite finish. It was a great drive by Cockrell. Looked like he was going to have an easy finish. He did not. A little stutter step for Daly. Kicks it to the cutter. Off the glass, and it's good. Hayden Feltner. His first 2 of the night.
Again, working that ball inside. Miners with 18 in the paint.
McCammon. Ball stolen by Feltner. Stepped right in the passing lane, but McCammon gets it back. He wants to take it in. He is fouled. He's decked by who knows who here. I think it's going to be called on Feltner. Boy, it's kind of rough shot right now on both sides, and I hope they maintain control. I'm not saying there's been anything yet, but it's one of those things where something could, and you hope it doesn't. McCammon. Free throws, no good. He'll get another one. Smith. Right now, Feltner going out, Smith going out. I'm sorry. Yeah. Lint and Rose in.
That's just what I was going to say.
Oh, okay. Second free throw's good for McCammon. He has 6.
A bit of a press going now.
Oliver to Daly. Rose. Cross court, Oliver. Jackson Miller. Daly wants it. Connor Daly with the Walton Funeral Service three-pointer. He has 5. McCammon goes inside to Harden. Off the glass. Great move. He has 10, and now it's 42-33. Miners by 9. 3:50 to play in the third with the timeout on the floor on the Stanger home scoreboard. This is Rader Media Sports.
If you need excavation work, then you need to call Hall's Excavating. They do site work, utilities, septics, and land clearing. They even offer drain camera and cleaning. Call Hall's Excavating in Linton at 812-699-0200. Call Brock Anderson Construction for your home repair and building needs. With over 25 years of experience in the construction field, he strives to have you come home to quality. Call Brock at 812-798-5583, and he says, "Go Miners."
Awesome. Thank you, Shaylee.
Here's the buzzer at 3:50 to play here in the third. 42-33 Miners, leading by 9. See if they can continue with that. Jake Rose, Tucker Lint, Paul Oliver, Connor Daly, and Jackson Miller, the lineup right now for the Miners at this point. And they have the ball. Daly bringing it up. I love the fact that they can switch with people bringing the ball up. I like Connor Daly, Jackson Miller, Paul Oliver.
And we saw Feltner in the last couple of series. Great pass.
Nice feed to Lint. He gets decked. But it was just a good offensive play. He got Ethan Willis off his feet. Willis couldn't do anything at that point, but Lint will go to the line.
3 fouls on Willis. Willis had 10 at the half, as did Harden. Neither one of them have scored since they had the 10 mark.
Lint. Too hard. He'll get another one. Reuben Goodman coming in. Daly going out. Good to see Reuben get a little time here. Lint's second free throw. No good. Willis with a rebound. So it turns out to be a good foul by Willis.
Yeah. Uh-oh.
Nice fake going to the cup. Shot no good by Suggs. Rebound, Lint. McCammon looked at the referee when Lint cleared a path there after he got the rebound, but looking to the coach isn't going to do you any good.
Sawyer Cox from the JV in the game now.
Jackson Miller to Jake Rose. Back to Jackson. Suggs is trying to shadow him, not with much luck. Goodman with the ball on the right side. Want to go inside to Tucker Lint. Turnaround jumper, no good, but late whistle there.
Yeah, very late.
Lint was on the deck, but the Miners will take it, but Tucker just went 0 for 2 from the line. See if he can get that a little bit better here.
And the foul was on the follow-through. There you go.
Tucker with his third point of the night, his first free throw. He's 1 of 3 from the line.
He's coming off of a great game he played against Clay City.
That one's short. Jake Rose with the follow. Great alert play by the freshman. 4 for Jake. 45-33. Miners with a hard-fought 12-point advantage here. Cockrell with it on the left wing. Jake Rose waves off other defenders. Says this one's mine. Cockrell spins, feeds it out to Suggs. Suggs over in the corner. McCammon with the 3. Walton Funeral Service three-pointer for McCammon. He now has 9. Oliver yelling out instructions as he walks the ball over the logo at center court. Jake Rose on the left. Jackson Miller. Back to Paul. Sawyer Cox is on him. He kicks it out to Jake Rose. Jake having some trouble maintaining possession. Tucker Lint picks up the loose ball and takes it up, and no! Goodman gets the rebound. Good hustle by Reuben, the freshman. Wanted to go to Tucker Lint, knocked out of bounds, still Miner ball. .141 to play in this third quarter. 45-36, Miners by 9, trying to get this lead up to double digits here. Inbound, Oliver. Sawyer Cox is right on him. Miller, left hand in the lane. Nice feed to Tucker Lynn. And he missed it, but Jake Rose there to clean it up. He's a rim runner of the night so far. He's got 6. 1:15 to play. Third quarter, 47-36. Miners by 11. Feed it off. Sawyer Cox trying to get something going underneath there, and he's fouled. He'll go to the line.
Going to be on Rose.
Sawyer yet to score. Waiting here for North Central to get lined up. Now Paul Oliver's over talking to the North Central coach, but he wasn't in the huddle, was he?
He was in the huddle almost.
He was?
I noticed that.
Sawyer Cox. Well, the coach,
Seth Harold,
having a nice conversation with Paul.
I had a great conversation with him in the short time I was over there.
Sawyer to get the second free throw here. Connor Daly is back in. Free throw, good. Sawyer gets them both. He has 2 in the contest, and it's now a 48-38, 10-point lead. 1 minute to go in this third quarter. Goodman on the left, having a little trouble. Gets it to Paul Oliver. Cox tried to kind of push Oliver, and Oliver didn't even budge.
Yeah, there's a little size discrepancy.
Jake Rose with it. Short jumper.
Nice.
Good. He had the option with the tray. Beck did not. He faked, took it inside, and gets the 2. That's 10 now for 2, 4, 6. 2, 4, 6. Or is that 8? 8 for the freshman. Kick it out. McCammon, left-hand side. There's a tray. Nice shot by Aiden McCammon. A Walton Funeral Service three-pointer, and that's his 3rd of the night.
He's got 12, so he leads. They got 3 guys in double figures.
Oliver tucks it and puts it up. Will it count? It looks like it. Yes, it'll count. Or will it? Paul's walking. So they did give him that shot, right?
Yeah.
22 now for Paul. Free throw in and out, no good. Daly almost had the rebound, but that's going to do it. At the end of 3, Miners have a 10-point edge, 51-41 on the Stanger home scoreboard. This is Rader Media Sports.
At Violet & Company, we love assisting each of you in all of life's special moments. We are a locally owned floral shop at 69 North Main Street in downtown Linton. Contact us at 812-847-3208 to purchase your arrangement for any special occasion or stop in for that perfect gift. Stay in touch with us on Facebook under Violet & Company for upcoming events and to see our latest creations. We encourage you to live life in full bloom.
Proud to be your hometown grocer. Save-A-Lot encourages you to switch to their demands and save. This week, 2 of their featured specials include 2 $3 banquet frozen dinners and fresh cut pork chops for $1.49 pounds. Remember to shop the dot and save a lot.
Good job. Thank you.
Big D, we forgot again.
I know. Right after I hear it.
Right after I hear it?
Yeah.
Can I just say that, Kevin, you went in this week and you shopped a little bit and saved a lot.
I did. I shopped the dot and I saved a lot.
And there was came home with a couple pounds of hamburger that made some awesome sloppy joes.
Oh, it sure did. Sure did. And they always come home with a couple of surprises, but, you know, it's... I figure if I have to go, I deserve to get a couple things I want to get.
Eastern Green is up at the half over Shakamak, 22-21.
Ah.
And now I want a sloppy Joe.
Yeah. Well, you come over to the Rader house, I'm sure we can slop one up for you.
The question is, do you put cheese on your sloppy Joe?
Well, I can.
That's the only way I make them.
Traveling call on Paul Oliver. That's nice. Cockrell right over there to help Paul up.
Gee.
Paul tucked that like a football
like
running back, but he's, you know, I'll tell you that Sawyer Cox, the freshman, isn't going to give him an inch.
No, he's kind of bellying up in there.
Cockrell on the right-hand side. That pass is knocked down. They get it underneath.
Oh.
Shot up, no good by Cox. It's going to be a foul, I think, on
Feltner.
Feltner.
I think that's going to be 3 on him. Cheese alone has never strayed me from a talk.
It actually says on the board that that's his 4th. Is that his 4th?
Yes, it is his 4th. I got that on the. That's what I get for not looking down.
And Sawyer gets that one. 3 of 3 from the line, gunning for his 4th. You know, he's playing some hard-nosed ball out here for a freshman.
Yeah, he is.
Tucker Lent in for Hayden Feltner.
They're hanging around, Kevin, just enough.
Yeah, they are. 4 for 4 from the free throw line now for Sawyer Cox. That's his output of the night. Miners by 8, 51-43. Lint gets it to Paul Oliver.
Off his hand.
Out of bounds. Cockrell there to help him up again. And so is Ethan Willis. Oliver's probably thinking, where'd all my friends go? 7:10 to go in the ball game. Willis with the ball. Long tray. No good.
How about that shot?
Rebound is pulled down by Suggs. McCammon fakes one way, goes in the lane, little hop, skip, and a jump, and Lint with a good block, but they say he fouled McCammon. They're working their way back in this here from the free throw line.
Got him on the wrist. Yeah, they've shot 12 and hit 9 of them, and they're only down by 8.
Make it 7. Miners getting a little kind of shabby here in the 4th quarter. Second free throw is good. And it makes it 51-45. Miners still on top, but McCammon trying to out-hustle Cooper Smith, and I think that went off Smith.
I think it did too.
I can't believe that, but.
And the Miners now with 7 turnovers to 11 for North Central. This could put them even closer. It's a danger part of the game right now.
Cockrell getting it into Willis. He kicks back for the tray, and he's got it. 13 for Ethan Willis, and it's only a 3-point ball game. 51-48, 6:28 to play on the Stanger home scoreboard. This is Raider Media Sports.
Linton Sporting Goods has an over 20-year tradition of offering Hoosiers the best in sports equipment and apparel. They feature Wilson, Demarini, Louisville Slugger, Marucci, Mizuno, and much more. Get ready for any sports season by shopping at Linton Sporting Goods on Highway 54, where the winners shop.
North Central's been able to stop the clock and go to the free throw line, and it's paid some dividends after that tray at the end of all that, and now all of a sudden it's a 51-48 ball game.
Yeah,
and the Miners have led by as many as 10.
Yeah, that's odd because we were down by 11 and then we got up by 11. And now we're at 3 with just 6:28 to go. Gut check time again for the Miners. And this is where playing those games like Clay City and Marshall and then those tournament games, this is where you hope your mindset is not flustered by it.
Jackson Miller across the logo. Right-hand side. Daly open for Trey.
Oh.
In and out, no good. Willis with a rebound. Left side, Suggs. He wants the tray. No good. Rebound, Oliver. Whistle. What in the world? That was a late whistle. The play was completely over.
On the inside.
Foul on Tucker Lent.
That's his fourth foul.
Jake Rose coming back in.
Tucker has 4 rebounds as well as his 3 points. Miners. Well, there it is.
Jake Rose couldn't quite come up with the ball. Cockrell misses. Cooper Smith pulls it down, and he's fouled. Boy, he really thundered that ball down because he was surrounded.
Yeah, Sawyer Cox was right there with him.
Cooper was not going to be denied on that board.
Yeah, Cockrell, probably a frustration foul. He missed that bunny, could have put him within 1.
Jackson Miller, Daly, Oliver. Going to take it in on the freshman. Up off the glass, good, and it'll count for an and one.
Now there's where, having been there before, we got to figure Sawyer Cox, he did man up, but as a freshman, too much.
Missed it. Daly, yeah, I thought the ball went off Connor, and it did. So Paul missed that free throw. 4-5. I have him now at 24 on the ball game.
A heck of a night by Paul. Nobody else in.
They're going to need more to finish this.
We don't have anybody else with more than 6.
Cockrell, a runner in the lane, up no good. Connor Daly, great rebound. Miners, you called it earlier when you said they kind of controlled the boards. Yeah. I don't know where they are in this fourth, but
28-16 in favor of the Miners on the board.
Oliver just going to wait and let somebody come get him. And right now, the freshman, Sawyer Cox, showing no initiative to do that. Jake Rose, Miller, Oliver takes the tray.
Oh, man.
The freshman, Sawyer Cox, gave him the 3, and Paul Oliver buries the Walton Funeral Service 3-point shot. 5:03 to play in the game. Miners now leading by 8, 56-48 on the Stanger home scoreboard. This is Rader Media Sports.
We use our sportsmen for everything around our property, like plowing snow all winter. We can't wait to put it to work.
Since 1973, Linton Cycle Sales.
Well, the Miners went back to Paul Oliver. Paul was so instrumental in getting that 11-point lead. When it got cut to 3, they went back to Paul, and now they're up by 8.
Yeah. Well, that three-pointer was a huge play.
Cockrell with the ball. 5 minutes to play.
Have been some of those offensive rebounds. We have 15 offensive rebounds.
Suggs on the left-hand side. Wants to go back to Cockrell. Does. Cockrell on the right-hand side to Willis. Then back to Cockrell. McCammon spins right into Oliver, and now loses the ball. He tried to pass it off at the last minute to Tyson Harden, and I don't know why we haven't seen more of Tyson.
That the zone has shut that completely down.
Jake Rose has it knocked away, and a great move by DJ Suggs. Coming the other way, Willis with the ball. Cockrell. Everybody backs away from him. Harden has it now. McCammon, right-hand corner. Good. The tray falls for Aiden McCammon. A Walton Funeral Service three-pointer. 3, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I'm for 16. Is that what you?
I got 17.
All right.
He's keeping him in this ballgame.
Yeah, he really is. Oliver with the ball.
Oh,
nice feed into Cooper Smith, and he missed it. Oh, and not a good night for Cooper. Coming the other way, Willis. Free throw line jumper. No good. Cooper comes down with that ball. Again, not to be denied on the board. Flips it to Oliver. 3:30 to play in the ball game. Miners by 5, 56-51. Every possession counts here. Miller goes around a double screen, has an open path to the hoop. He's fouled from behind by Suggs.
Boy, I thought he wasn't going to call that.
Miller had 6 points, right, at intermission, has not scored in the second half. But he was 4 for 4 from the free throw line. See if that trend continues. It does.
Miners are 10 of 17 as a team.
Linton. Feltner in, both of them with 4 fouls. Jake Rose coming out and Cooper Smith going out. He hits them both. Clutch. 8 points for Miller. 58-51, Miners by 7. 3:15 to play. Nice pickup there by Jackson Miller. The Miners get another possession. And what did we say? Every possession counts.
And he pulled it out instead of trying to go in where he probably would have been fouled, but this will eat some of that clock off at 3 minutes.
Daly. 7 for Connor Daly. Not a Connor Daly type night, but he has been delivering. Suggs gets it inside to Harden. Back to Suggs. Cockrell backs it off, works it over in the left-hand corner to McCammon. Shot up, no good. Willis almost had it. Lint not to be denied. Gets it to Jackson Miller. 2:28 to play. Paul Oliver. Stutter step move. Goes in. Over his man. Over Ethan Willis. And 2 more for Paul Oliver. I can't count him up that fast.
He has 29.
Cockrell, left side. Jumper, no good. It looked like it was going to be. Paul Oliver pulls down the errant shot.
It's his 8th board.
2 minutes to play. 62-51. Miners by 11. Daly comes around the screen in the lane. Kicks it out to Feltner. Lent wanted it. Feltner didn't like the entry pass. Passed it up. Gets it to Jackson Miller. Oliver. McCammon is on him. Cross court, Miller. They double team him. Pivots, gets it to Daly. Connor dribbles, has his shot blocked, but Tucker Lint is there to clean it up. 5 for Lint. McCammon. Jumper on the left side, no good. Got a man down on the floor, Harden, and everybody stopped to make sure they didn't step on him. And now, what do we got, a foul call?
I think they're going to call, I thought it was Lint.
If that is it, is that 5?
No, it's Feltner. That's his 5th.
Oh, it's on Hayden Feltner, and Hayden goes out. Jake Rose will come in. Hayden leaves the game with 2 points, but he always gives you more than that.
Got a steal and a block tonight.
Cockrell. McCammon. Baseline. Wants to go around Jake Rose. Reverse layup. Nice sweet move by Aiden McCammon. We're under a minute. 64-53. Miners by 11. Miller. Rose. And he's fouled.
Timeout.
Oh, okay. Timeout on the floor. 42 seconds remaining. 64-53. Miners leading by 11 on the Stanger home scoreboard. This is Raider Media Sports.
Century, you have seen a lamp as our logo. This is the lamp of hope. It is a symbol that though we will go through darkness at the time of loss, there is a light that leads us to a greater eternity. It also reflects that we will be a light to help you through this difficult time. We're here when you need us most.
.42 ticks remaining, 64-53.
Reminder.
Shaylee's been awful quiet over there.
Hi.
Heather, go ahead.
Reminder to those that are in the stands that have taken some pictures and you want to share them with us of tonight's game, go to our Facebook page and post them, and we will use them on our website underneath the coordinating team and give you photo credit for those as well. I've taken a number tonight myself, so.
Jackson Miller out on top, dribbles through a double team, gets it to Jake Rose. Jake back to Miller, but he's picked off there. Alert play by Ethan Willis. Right side Cockrell with the left hand driving to the cup. He hands it off to Harden, and that's going to be 5 on Tucker Lent. Or is it? Are they going to call just out of bounds? I don't know what they're. Yeah, Tucker's accompanying the referee. A referee over to the side. That means Cooper Smith will come back in.
That's a long time.
Tucker Lent.
2 Miners foul out. Tucker had 6 boards tonight, 3 of them offensively.
And 5 points, correct?
So, yeah, a good, solid effort from him.
Harden going back to the line. Boy, he had such a good first half, but they just have not gone back to him much in this second half.
Not been able to get him the ball on the inside.
He gets that free throw down.
He's 5 of 6 from the line.
He's got 11 points now, so but 7 of those all came in the first half. Hits them both, smooth as silk. Boy, I don't know. He's a senior. I'd be going to him a lot more.
Trying to feed him the ball for sure.
Jackson Miller, no-look pass. Cooper Smith up off the glass, no good. Was he going for a slam?
He sure was skying.
Oh, he's hobbling a little bit.
He was in the air. It looked to me like he was going for that one.
That's what I thought too.
Cooper at the line. He has 5. Wow. Oh, he gets the rim.
That went in there.
We got a kind one on that one. Gage Sullivan coming in. Reuben Goodman coming in. Oliver Daly going out. Paul Oliver with passing the 1,000-point plateau tonight. Second free throw by Smith, no good. Goodman with the rebound. He pulls it out of there, and that should do it. About 10 seconds now remaining in the ball game. Get it over to Jake Rose. He just holds on to it. 5, 4, 3. The Miners are going to win this one 65-55 over North Central in a hard-fought ball game. North Central drops to 7-12. Miners up their record to 18-4. We'll be back with the E2 Custom Creations post-game show when we return. This is Rader Media Sports.
E2 Custom Creations, we know that every memory has a story. Every time we sit around with family and friends, we share those memories. When we pull the boxes of old pictures out of the closet, we revisit those memories of our past. Whether it's a photo or a special moment with family, a picture of a loved one who has passed. When you think about that moment, there's a memory that goes with it. At E2 Custom Creations, we offer custom laser engraving for keepsakes, personalized gifts, home decor, signage, awards, and many other custom made-to-order products. Let us help you personalize a unique gift for a loved one, customize an item, or create promotional materials and awards for your business or athletic team. Our services include engraving and cutting on a variety of materials, including wood, acrylic, leather, granite, marble, glass, and coated metals, just to name a few. If you have an idea, reach out and let's talk about how we can bring your idea to life.
After high school, I worked in a couple factories, and then my dad convinced me to go to the apprenticeship program.
As I have pension, I have health insurance, I have an HSA, am paid while I'm learning and training, like being able to see what work I've completed.
They'll be able to go to school and get paid while they go to school, still receive a college degree, and they'll be making a great career salary-wise once they finish.
Welcome back to Rader Media Sports, and as we wait for Coach Britton to join us, as well as for Big D and Kevin's stats, let's look ahead at what is to come for next week. Obviously, Tuesday we will be following the Miners to Park Heritage for their last road game of the season, as well as Friday we'll be back home here for senior night. We want to remind everyone that the Pop Tab drive that we are partnering up with for Linton Jag, that ends next Friday. So you have essentially 1 week left to be able to donate those to Linton-Stockton or to Sullivan or Linton, Indiana Farm Bureau. And for that, I'm going to turn it back over to Kevin for just a moment.
So for scoring, for North Central with 55 points on the night, I have Trayshawn Cockrell with 4. He had 4 points at the first half, failed to score in the second half, and that surprises me as instrumental he was in their offense. 12 points for Hardin. He has a total of 7 at the intermission. He was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of 7 from the free throw line and 2 hoops. Ethan Willis coming away with 13, including 3 trays. DJ Suggs with a tray for 3 points. Sawyer Cox 4 for 4 from the free throw line for 4 points. And I have Aiden McCammon with 19, including 1, 2, 3, 4 trays and 3 of 4 from the free throw line for 55 points. For the Miners, they had 65 points when it was smoke all cleared here. Jackson Miller with 8. He was 6 of 6 from the free throw line and 1 hoop from the field. Paul Oliver with 29, but he passed the 1,000-point plateau. Connor Daly with 7, including 1 tray. Hayden Feltner fouled out with 2. Cooper Smith with 6, including 2 of 4 from the free throw line. Jake Rose with 8 points on the night. Tucker Lint fouled out with 5 points, and the Miners emerged victorious. Big D, there's a lot more to this game than that.
Yeah, I mean, the Miners shot 62% in that last quarter, 5 of 8 when they needed it the most, while North Central just hit on 3 of 11. Granted, a few of those shots toward the end were more desperate, 27% from that fourth quarter. Again, for me personally, it's the drives to the inside, penetrate and dish, and an awful lot of the times that resulted in some give-me points. 32 we had inside the paint compared to 16. Doubled them up on the inside. We didn't do that in the first quarter, and that's how we got down. But, well, we dominated in that second quarter 19-3. And I see coaches making his way up here. I can quickly tell you we shot 49%. They shot 44%. We were 5 or 13 from threes for 38. They hit 8 or 16 for 50%. 60% from the line for the Miners, 81% for the T-Birds as Coach gets ready to take got to be a satisfying win.
Well, any win is a satisfying win, right, Coach?
Absolutely. Winning at the varsity level is very hard. People don't understand, especially when you get the other team's best punch, night after night. And that was
first quarter, Coach. I was kind of shaking in my boots up here.
Yeah, North Central came out, made everything. It seemed like in the first quarter, and we didn't keep their big kid off the boards very well there in the first quarter, and dug a big hole, and thankfully, had a 19-3 run in the second quarter to turn the table a little bit. But watched about all their games this year, and that's the best I've seen North Central play on both sides of the ball. They got after it defensively tonight, played really hard on the defensive end, and boy, did they make shots. They shot the ball really well tonight. Didn't matter what defense we were in. They moved the ball, found the guy that was open, and he hit it. More times than not, it seemed like.
they always kind of hung around, Coach. Toward the end there, it looked like we were going to pull away, and then sure enough, they come back. It's about a 3-point game at one point. But you went back to the well to Paul Oliver, and Paul was able to do what Paul does.
Yeah, he had a favorable matchup there in the fourth quarter. So when they did go man, we were able to get him the ball in some spots where he could do some things. And for not defending real well, I was proud of how our kids handled the adversity, and having another team go on a run shooting the ball the way North Central did, and still be able to withstand their runs and keep them at bay and put the game away there towards the end.
I thought in the second quarter, though, your defense did make a difference there, Coach.
It did in the second quarter. We would go man and play man, and their quickness really hurt us. We had a hard time keeping them out of the paint. They were a lot quicker than us, and they were getting in the paint and causing a lot of trouble. Then we go zone, and they moved the ball. North Central moved the ball very well tonight, and like I said, it seemed like they moved the ball quick enough to find the one guy that we couldn't cover, and whoever it was, whether it's McCammon or Willis or Suggs or whoever it was, made the shot. And like I said, North Central played really well on both ends tonight, and proud of how our kids responded to another team playing like that and pressuring like that, and able to step up and make plays to win the game.
Before I turn it back to Big D here for a question, Paul Oliver hits the 1,000-point plateau with 29 tonight. Coach, so many times I think we take him for granted up here when we watch. You think, well, he's got 10, he's got 15, he's got 10 rebounds, but tonight we took a moment out to honor him with his 1,000th point. Yeah,
just a junior. He's, one of our leaders. We've got some guys that have played now, and he's been around the block and knows what the team needs, and stepped up big time for us tonight. On both ends of the floor, I thought, and especially offensively. But we really look to him to in times like that. We weren't making shots in the first half. 3 for 11, I think, on threes at halftime, and Paul hit all 3 of those in the first half. But he stepped up and made some big plays, and other guys, hustling. We didn't get the balanced scoring that we normally get tonight, but I was proud of everybody.
Big D?
Yeah, I think the numbers that stand out to me is North Central played turnover-free in that first quarter, and then 7 rattled off on your defense, and that kind of helped contribute. The other big number that I see, offensive boards, I got you for 17 out of the 33 that you totally had. That was huge, and I think Cooper Smith was the recipient of some unreal top of the key passing from Miller and Oliver. So I think he was big in there with the 6 boards as well. But I think your defensive effort in that second quarter jacked it up, and it didn't seem like they could get the ball inside because Harden was a factor in the first quarter.
Yeah.
And then after that, it didn't seem like he hardly touched the ball at all. And when he did, he was collapsed on pretty quick.
Yeah, he didn't get a lot of touches, and we kept him off the boards a little bit better as the game wore on. But Cooper had a nice game. Like you said, he was ready to finish, and Paul and Jackson did a great job finding him behind the zone. We needed him tonight. Cooper really stepped up. He had to play a lot of minutes because Tucker and Hayden were both in foul trouble, and both eventually fouled out tonight. And so Cooper really stepped up for us.
One minor thing I think that I noticed, because there were a lot of shots up close that were missing, but Jake Rose was to be opportunistic there, Coach, following those misses to clean that up. I thought he got at least 3 hoops that way.
Yeah, he didn't score a lot tonight, but he got big baskets for us, very timely baskets, hustle plays, and we needed that from Jake tonight, and he came up big for us with some of those plays.
So next up?
We go to Park Heritage on Tuesday.
They're good, right, Coach?
Yeah,
they're good.
They're pretty good. Yeah, they're one of the favorites in 2A, and of course we have Evansville Central here on Friday night, and they're having a phenomenal year. They are really, really good. So we play 2 outstanding teams. Next week.
They're 16-3, and they play down on that.
They play
the big boy conference. So
they beat Terre Haute North by almost 20 points.
Oh my goodness,
so, Coach! I know we've got the big seed show. It shows us where we are in the sectional.
Yeah,
who we're playing on Sunday
night. We find out the sectional draw, so we'll be excited for that.
Do you ever have a preference on? Would you rather just play or get the first round bye?
I don't really have a preference.
Okay.
I think it's more
Okay.
about matchups, and
Okay.
who you play versus whether you're playing Tuesday or Friday. Yeah, it's really about matchups, and everybody, I think, covets the bye because you got to win one less game, and and there's just something to that. But I've had teams that have won sectionals in the past that a lot of times they haven't had the bye, and they've had to be ready to play on Tuesday night and
Coach,
get in a rhythm for the week and carry it into the weekend, and then.
I use that football analogy from the NFL when the wild card team always seems to come in and get momentum after that first win and then play right through.
That's right. Sometimes that team that has to sit out and the other team gets to knock the jitters off a little bit and is a lot more comfortable maybe playing their second game on Friday night versus a team that has a bye and only stepping out there for the first time. So it could go either way, in terms of benefiting you by getting the bye or vice versa.
Yeah, did I see this correctly that the first game is Wednesday, the 5th? That's what I have on the I have that on the Indiana High School Athletic Association Champions Network, that it's Wednesday, Friday, Saturday. Have you
I haven't heard officially. We'll find out
Wednesday?
Sunday night. It's normally Tuesday, Friday, Saturday.
That's what I thought. But
if they're doing it Wednesday, that's
I
one
thought
more
that
day
was
of practice.
one more day to get ready.
But I didn't think they wanted to play games on Wednesday, so I'll check on that.
All right. Thanks, Coach. Congratulations. We'll see you.
Thank you,
Next
guys.
game out.
Thank
you. Coach Matt Britton with a big win. They're all big, but we'll take this one tonight. 18-4 now. North Central drops to 7-11. Big deal. Get a final word from you before we turn it over to Heather.
Well, I think
you may have some stats yet. I don't know.
No, I thought pretty well got all that in. I think that that second quarter was big in getting our feet back under it. I thought North Central, like he said, and I haven't watched every one of their games, but I do have to say after watching that first quarter, Clay City murdered them, and they've lost so many games by so many points. I wonder where that team came from, because all of a sudden they looked really solid in that first quarter.
Coach said everybody gives them their best shot.
Well, that's definitely going to be true in Linton without a doubt. And trying to look over some stellar players. Oliver with 8 boards, 6 from Cooper Smith, 4 from Connor Daly, 6 from Tucker Lynn on the inside. I thought Jake Rose came in with 4 boards as well.
I think Ball's got the ball, game ball underneath his arm down there, doesn't he?
Probably signed that up, and there were 8 boards from Ethan Willis. He had a good game for the T-Birds again. The first quarter was just different from the rest of the quarters. I think the Miners 12 of 20 from the free throw line. I think that's something they're going to have to make sure that they drill as we go down the line. But the three-pointer still, it's hit and miss. It's 5 of 13. I still feel when we go into the lane, things happen. I think the best three-pointers are when we drive the lane and dish it out to somebody that's already got it dialed in. That's what I hope to see us in the future. Paul can certainly do it, and you have to watch how the game's called because you don't want to get offensive fouls. But between the guys we got that can dribble with a good first step, I'd like to see us just attack the basket a lot more and not rely on the threes as much.
You have been listening to the E2 Custom Creations post-game show, and with that, I'll turn it back to you, Heather.
Well, we want to say thank you to our Minor Pride sponsors, Walton Funeral Service, Key Associates of Linton, Klusner Construction, Crane Credit Union, Team Ortho, Jathan Wright with Indiana Farm Bureau, the Grill of Linton, Audrey Sparks with Richard Brown Insurance, Linton Sporting Goods, Alicia Cornelius with Indiana Farm Bureau, Corey Motter with Century 21 Sheets, and Stenger Homes. We'd also like to say thank you to our banner sponsors, Tim and Joan Warwick, Martha Butler and Hadley, Margaret Ann Simon, Dan and Teresa Carpenter, Donnie and Marilyn Clayton, Casey's of Linton, Green Streets, Skinner's Towing, Pizza Hut of Linton, Bandanas by Brenna, and Beach Cattle of Bloomfield, and our live read and audio sponsors, Fish Monuments, Brock Anderson Construction, Violet and Company, Linton Cycle Sales, Mayor Preble with the City of Linton, Save-A-Lot in Linton, Autumn Trace of Greene County, Friends of Goose Pond, Rick Crines Auto Detailing, Correll's Gas of Linton, Bender Lumber of Linton, Hall's Excavating, Gaither Power Sports, and Midwest Satellite of Linton. So thank you to all the sponsors that have made tonight, as well as all season long, have made these broadcasts free to view for all of you at home. Our next broadcast will be Tuesday as we travel to Park Heritage for the 18th broadcast of the high school boys basketball season. Please keep an eye on our Facebook page over the next few days because we have lots of information to share. And watch on Sunday for the live drawing for the 2A Sectional 47 sectional that'll be held at Eastern Green High School. So for Dan Phillips, Kevin Rader, student assistant Shaylee Killian, and myself, this is Rader Media Sports.
Thank you for watching this high school boys basketball broadcast. This has been a production of Rader Media Sports. Until next time.